In East Rutherford, New Jersey, you will find the Rink and American Dream. There's a ski slope. There's an amusement park. You can go surfing at the water park. You may see one guy with a snowboard, another guy with a surfboard. But there's also the ice rink. Yes, hockey, but this week it is the site of the USA Men's and Women's National Curling Championships. Along with 2018 gold medal winner Tyler George, I'm Joe Tollison, and we are down to the semifinals. John Shuster, perfect in the round robin, but suffered a setback against Corey Dropkin in the first game of the page, so he moves here into the semifinal to take on the winner of our second page playoff matchup, and that was Danny Casper dispatching Wesley Wendling by an 11-6 score to move into this matchup with John Shuster. They did meet in the round robin, and it was an 8-5 win for Shuster in that clash. So here they are again. Shuster, as you can see, 7-0 in the round robin. Danny Casper, 4-3. He needed a win in draw 7 to make sure that he got into the playoffs, but he did get into the playoffs, and we have a rematch now of last year's national final. For John Shuster, well, it is Shuster, Chris Plies, Matt Hamilton, Colin Huffman. They've been rotating. John Landsteiner's been under the weather, and this afternoon it was the foursome of Hamilton, Huffman, Shuster, and Plies. And for Danny Casper, well, this is a team made up of players from 4 different curling clubs from around the world, as far west as Seattle to right here in the New York metropolitan area. Danny Casper grew up curling at the Ardsley Curling Club. So it's Casper, Luke Violette, Ben Richardson, and Chase Sinnott who formed this team, one of the young teams who splashed onto the scene, so to speak, with their appearance in the national final a year ago, and now they're one game away from reaching that mark again. Again, along with Tyler George, and here we are down to the nitty-gritty, Tyler, of this tournament. And Danny Casper, I don't say that I would say surprising people again, but showing that he can do it again.
Consistency, yeah, year by year from Casper. Won the Tier 2 challenge to qualify for a Grand Slam event this season and played in their first slam. So Danny getting more experience on the international stage and major tournaments. Back in the national playoffs once again and trying to get to the final 2 years in a row. Shuster did eliminate Casper last season in the national playoffs, beating them in the 1-2 game and the final after a loss to Casper in the round robin. So Danny hungry to get back there again, probably ahead of the timetable you expect for a skip at his age. And for John Shuster, obviously this is nothing new. I don't think they're really too concerned about pressure or anything like that. Maybe a little bit more pressure on the young squad. Not as young anymore, I guess. I still look at them as young guys from coaching a few of them, but it's been so fun to watch their progression from a strong junior team, national champions, to a contending team on the men's side, and I expect a good one tonight. I don't think John's running away with this one. I think Danny's team rounded into form the last couple games, expecting a tight one.
Good rock there to open up from Chase Sinnott, and I'm sure you have that quandary you have to deal with. At what point are you no longer supposed to call them kids?
I guess we're not supposed to at all anymore. They don't like that term, but it's difficult for us old vets not to, and it's a term of endearment from us too.
Right.
But these young men, playing against the old vets, Team Shuster. Good to see John Landsteiner in the building tonight too. Was out there for warm-ups. Still not feeling very well, but really wanted to be here for his team tonight in this elimination game. Very happy to see John in the building.
And Hamilton puts that one right behind the guard.
All right, 9-5.
It's like the families that you find out they're talking about the kids and you realize the kids are 35 and 40.
Whoa!
Second stone here in the first inning. Glad you joined us for this national semifinal. We'll keep you up to date as well with Sarah Anderson against Delaney Strauss right next to this game on sheet D in the women's semifinal.
So you saw the short run back played by Chase Sinnott there with the small amount of separation between the guard and the rock in the house. That is a play you're seeing more often now. They'd really like to keep that on the center line and ends up rolling to a corner. So that's advantage Team Shuster early. Already got the center guard moved. They don't mind trading hits and playing for a soft 2-0 or 2 now in this end.
Right to it, Colin. Right to it.
Matt Hamilton
Right to it.
here.
Right to it.
Oh, wrong.
10 on the nuts.
Yeah. 10-1. Hey,
10-1.
what did you
No
get,
last shot draw in this game either, Joe, with Shuster
Normal.
getting hammer and choice of rocks by virtue of being the higher seed, losing in the 1-2 game. So Casper gets the red stones, and Shuster will have hammer.
Clean.
Shuster had the yellow stones on this sheet this afternoon.
Clean. Yep.
This is Schuster's third
Yep.
straight game on this sheet.
Hard. Hard.
We've seen some changes in the ice, so it's not like it's been identical each game for them. Nice
Ben.
hit and roll there
Very
from
nice.
Ben Richardson.
This way, Colin.
Looking sharp early.
Throw Peel still. Nose is close.
Always
way
nice
things
for
went-
the skip, too, with making that call early
Yeah.
in the game and feeling comfortable with the ice, Joe.
I was going to say the way things went this afternoon, part of me wouldn't have been surprised if he wanted the red stones tonight.
Yeah, they did struggle. It was the same set that they threw the previous game when
Right.
they played fantastic against Dropkin.
Fun.
You see Huffman stick that one in, but the corner guard stays. Maybe Danny peels that out and just moves on to the next end. There's not much they can do with this setup. Maybe
was thinking
thinking they
half
want to
under
try to
even.
force by going under the corner.
Top 12.
We talked about the incredible numbers that Schuster had last night against Corey
I did this
Dropkin.
track in practice and threw a 90 to like a 3
And
yard.
Schuster had the lowest shooting percentage
be a
at
little faster than that.
96.
Yeah.
Well, this afternoon, Schuster a 92, but Chris Ply's 80%, Colin Huffman 86%, Matt Hamilton 96%. Corey
Yeah,
Dropkin, incidentally, an
89.
amazing
Plus
99%.
And I got to be honest,
Line's
those
good.
numbers are not even close.
Top 12.
Schuster's team didn't
Just
play
top
anywhere
12.
near that high. That was a rough game for them.
Luke's
Uh,
rock.
the numbers are
Well
very
done.
inflated from the
Eight's good.
stats
It's always
people.
Luke.
If you watch that game, there
Eight's
were
good. 14-3.
a lot of misses on both sides
We're
of
to
the
your
coin.
room. We're to your
Easy
room.
then. Leave it, leave it, leave it.
Corey
leave it,
was
leave it.
very close to that good, and obviously
Good.
the big moment in that game, Dropkin making the run back
Good shot.
double for 3.
One you want.
If he misses, they give up a steal, and they're down 2 at the break instead up 2.
Let's go this way.
And those are the shots that you need to make to win in these national championship
good.
situations. We talked about it during that situation. If Corey likes the look of this shot, then play it. Play for the win. He was confident, made the shot as he has all season long, and again, that's the reason why we've been saying he is throwing the rock better than anybody in the country right now.
Yep. Yep.
This one turning for Huffman. Got
Hard.
to go to
Whoa.
hold it on the roll.
Yep.
They like it. Can they get it behind that stone? And they'll
Yeah,
get it to
Schuster
peek
had him
out.
pick the brooms up, and it was rolled too far, so Casper will play to
Normal.
nose that and play in force right now.
You got it.
So as the case in curling, folks, this is across the sporting world. It's not always who's right or wrong, but who's official. And the
Clear
stats
down.
officially say.
Yep.
I'm going
Whoa.
to respectfully disagree
Yep,
with
yep.
those numbers.
Whoa.
And I
Curl
think
then.
that
Curl.
the men on
Curl
Team
all the way,
Schuster's
all the way,
squad
all the
would
way,
be
all
the
the way.
first to tell you that those are laughably off, but
10-3.
doesn't matter. We always say, who cares about the stats anyways? It's what you make when you make them.
You can get to the nose, it'd be great. It's tough.
But then we're the first
Well,
ones to say, hey, look,
you
I
can
shot
run, too.
95%.
I know the broom for it. I like to
Some
run.
that are a little
All
more
right.
objective. Force efficiency
I'm
for
good,
Danny
look.
Casper here this week
9.
has been at 67%.
Hey, you go 10.
Okay, is that looking in? Can I see an inch?
Flip side.
67%, not real high for force efficiency. That they've had a lot of points scored on them for a reason, but they've tightened things up the last couple games, which is exactly what you want to do. You want to be playing your best when you get to the playoff round.
Yep.
Flip side, after this afternoon, it's still a fantastic 67% hammer efficiency for John Schuster.
It's just an incredible number. It's so high.
Right to it. Right to it. Gotta go, Colin. Hang on, Rob.
They make the run,
Attaboy.
see if it sits for shot, and does. Nice shot there by Plies, a little soft weight
Normal.
run.
You got it.
Casper's going to have Luke Violette try to roll in across the house, miss the backing, try to sit even up.
Weight's good. Whoa. Weight's good.
Hair heavy.
Curl.
Weight's
Gotta
good.
go.
Hard.
Hard.
You got it.
Clean.
Hard.
Straight. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And
good,
lose the
Luke.
back one. Little mistake there
Played
from
it safe there.
Casper. Little conservative call.
Fine. 10. Yeah.
Chris Plies with his second of the first end.
Open in-turn hit for Chris.
Easy. Yep. Yep.
Saw Hoffman's curl a little bit on this line, but
Good.
nothing
Go, Chris.
crazy. Kenny, look, sorry, Joel, went back to my Olympic broadcast
That's quite
for
all right.
a minute there. That's a long callback, too. That's like 4 years. Wow. I don't know if it was just getting into the playoffs now. I started thinking that mode, but.
And we were talking about the Olympics beforehand.
Yeah, it looks as though Joe, the ice is running a little bit more similar to what we've seen previous days than this afternoon's draw, where it was a little bit soft, and if you weren't getting the rock out of your hand, they were taking a little bit of a early turn. These ones look like they're running a little more pure. I think more consistent with what we've seen.
Yep.
First rock from Danny Casper here in the first end.
Yes. Hard. 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 Clean. Good. Good. Good.
We
Sweep.
seem to be on our way to a
9-7.
blanked in as this is hit and goes into the button. The one thing that I'm curious to talk to some people about how much of a factor it was. Now, this was probably 30, 45 minutes after everything finished up when I got down on the home end of the ice. The sun was at an angle, and there is a clear roof above this rink. It was distracting, and I wonder how much of a factor that was at all for the players, but also just for the ice condition, the sun beaming through this clear roof up above us.
Yeah, you combine that with the amount of people that were in the mall at the time, too, in the early afternoon. Far less people in here now. The same amount in this general area, but in the mall in general, you could feel the difference in the temperature from that light and from the amount of people in here.
Easy.
It feels more comfortable tonight.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Making sure they don't roll out here, but should still have some paint. Good call. Rolling away because they didn't want to give Casper a chance at rolling under on his last and force Shuster into a single.
So the last from Danny Casper.
Clean.
Again, if you're familiar with the New York metropolitan area, if you come over the Tappan Zee Bridge into Westchester County, just a little bit south of that is the Ardsley Curling Club. So you'll think Danny has some friends and family here.
9-7-4. Inch off the edge. One more inch, Chris.
He has shifted his personal operations out to Chaska, Minnesota. And now John Shuster out of the Duluth Curling Club with his last rock of the first.
Clean.
Just looking for the blank. Cleaning all the way down. Looks to be no issue for John.
There you have it. Just as we started this afternoon with a blanked in, we will do the same right here this evening in the semifinal between John Shuster and Danny Casper.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
Back at the Rink and American Dreams semifinals of the USA Curling National Championships. We are on the men's side here with a blanked first end. Over on the women's side, Taylor Anderson picked up 2 in the first end against Delaney Strauss as they move to the second as well. And here, this first stone from Chase Sinnott
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Will they get to the line?
Nice.
They do.
Hey, Luke.
You saw Delaney Strauss's last in that first end. They traded hits the entire end, just playing out for the blank. And Delaney flashed her last shot. Really not anywhere near that stone. Possibly could have been a pick. We're hoping for Delaney's sake there, but that gave Anderson the free draw for 2 after it played out for a blank the entire end.
Back
So
button.
early miscue from Strauss
Back button.
gives Anderson 2-0 lead.
You got 18 on the last one?
Shot here to the back 4 to put it right behind that center guard. So now Chase Sennett for his second.
Small. Same
Little
release.
room. Okay, whoa. It's got room. Curl then. Curl, it's way out there. Okay, you're not on it.
Needs to hook to get a piece of it. That's going to go
Okay.
at least to back 12. So really overthrown there from Sennett, just playing to a freeze. Considerably deep.
Where is it? Is it up there? 5 rocks in front of the rings. Huh. God darn.
I got. Still close. 5-6.
Matt Hamilton
Plenty of room.
We got his weight.
with an
50
opening here
seconds,
for Team Schuster.
Hambone trying to get this down to top 4.
Timed out okay, actually. Yeah, you can curl it. You can curl it. Curl it. That way, Maddie. Good.
Goes all the way to the button, so Casper will follow that or
Feel
run
on the
in.
nose.
It is their stone, so they can run this back if they choose.
Yep.
You got it.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Now
Whoa.
Ben Richardson
Yep. 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 Whoa. Whoa.
they're trying to
Good.
run this back, and they do just
Nice
that.
run. Well played by Ben. Leaves the center up there too. Big shot in this end. You probably would see them
10.
bailing completely if Ben didn't make that. Now they get the center and they have 2 counters.
And what can
Ted,
Colin
close.
Huffman do here
Yep.
to start to put
Whoa.
the advantage back to his team?
Close. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Hamilton trying to hold this for the roll. Looks like it's rolling to the open. They've just been a little bit,
It's fine.
Off.
yeah, with these hit and roll calls especially. They
got it.
picked up the brooms and then had it over curl a few times in the last game and this game now.
Clean.
Weight's good.
Yep. Whoa.
Weight's good.
Yep. 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 Hard.
Hard. Gotta go.
Hard.
Hard. Gotta go.
Now this
Hard.
one hooking on Richardson, trying to hold it and roll behind center.
All right. Good throw, Ben.
And does hang on right there. That's another good one from Ben. He is sharp early.
I should have kept Mike for another 20.
Got a little smile. Little banner between the teams again. I think there might have been a little wager on that shot. Heard something about should have kept my money, I think, from Plies.
10.
Plenty of room.
Second from Colin Huffman.
It's heavy.
And John
Five's
Schuster
okay.
looks like
Five's
calling
okay.
just to draw
Curl,
around
though.
that guard.
Curl.
See if he can put it in front of the
You have to. It's
shot
curl.
stone of
Still
Danny
close.
Casper.
6, 7.
Timed out right to the top of the button. Top 4. Probably get shot of it, Matt. Yep. That's good. It's good. Line's good on it, too. It's good.
Check on.
How do I call
Comes
him?
all the way behind the tee.
T1.
Almost freeze, and Casper will follow. Good shot from Huffman.
On to Luke Violette.
90. Doesn't
Line's good. Close.
Top 4.
Yep.
I mentioned these players coming from all across the country.
Clean.
Danny
Yep.
Casper,
Top 4.
largely here in the
Hard
New York
line.
area.
Top
and
8.
Luke
Hard.
Violette from the
Weight's
Seattle
good.
Curling Club out in
Hard.
Washington.
Hard line. Hard, keep going. Hard.
Oh, just took a
curl,
little
curl,
clip
curl.
off that center guard.
Hair on the tight side. Doesn't end up in the worst spot. Schuster may end up chasing
got
it anyways,
space?
trying to get inside.
Edge on edge, pretty much.
You can even do this and even clip it on the way by, and it's fine. Could also lob one in here too. What do you like?
I don't hate it.
You like the draw better?
You like that? Or do you like the hit?
There's some good places for it in here.
Got a little more margin for error with the out-turn draw.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to lob one down, at least get inside of that rock in the top of the eights, and it's a good spot.
Okay.
If it overburies, you can get all the way locked onto those other two. It's going to take 2 shots to move them around because of the backing.
Now Chris Plies just needs to execute this
Little bit early
out-turn
if you
draw.
can. Hard line. Hard line.
Hard Cohen!
Hard.
Oh, they need some sweeping here.
Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Oh,
By the guard.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
And will overbury to that line. That's really good.
Yeah.
Good angles now for
You're
Schuster.
So strong. Normal. Just try to.
See how nervous Danny
You
Casper
can
is,
try
obviously
to move him, I guess.
very affected by the situation.
I don't know what's better. Think normal. 7-8.
If we step it, we'll make a pocket for ourselves.
In the interest
Got
of
it.
equal time, Ben Richardson out of Chaska Curling Club, Chase Sennett from Broomstones Curling Club in Massachusetts.
Weight's good.
Yep.
Yep.
This is Violet.
Hard, Ben.
Hard.
Keep it there. Hard.
Hard.
You got it still. Hard.
Hard.
Ben. You got it. Go, go, go.
Hard.
Hard.
Coming in with speed, runs it back.
Okay.
That does unlock it, but Schuster still sitting 2 under cover.
Now I think we weld one on there again.
I think Danny might be, if Schuster lobs another
Probably
in,
is
Danny's going to
there.
be throwing something hard on his first.
Same.
Yep. So just right on the face of our. All right. I'll give you just a foot or 2 more.
Chris Plies.
More room.
And
Line's
his
good.
team Schuster's
Out of sync.
trying to set up what could potentially be a pretty big game.
Easy. Lot of room. Line's no good.
A lot of room, as Schuster
Slow,
said,
slow
needs
deal.
to finish up, but
Yep,
should
yes,
turn.
Yes, it's puking. Hard. Hard. Just get it past the red. Keep going. Every inch helps, Matt. That's good, actually. It's a great spot. That's better, probably.
Good finish there. That's the side we've seen a little more curl, too.
Across the top and catch this one on
The
way
noon
by.
game.
You also have the freeze.
We got plenty of finish to
I
get
don't
there.
mind the run first.
I don't know if you're catching that, but you can try it.
I think so.
Feel?
You think Danny
Yeah.
Casper still
Half?
comes in
A
really
fair
heavy
half
here?
probably?
I think half's pretty close to it.
Okay.
Thin half.
Yeah,
be
I
able
think
to
he's
run
going to
where
try
we
to
throw it.
lose
Yeah.
2 of the yellows at the least. I'm not sure if they can get the one on the left in the 4s.
Might be able to get 2 yellows.
He thinks
Tough,
maybe he
but
can get
trying to hit like
the
a
2 on the
third.
center line.
Thin, yeah.
We're
trying
in
to
a
hit like
mall.
third
I've
of it.
been wanting to say this all week. Does he come with candle store weight?
Yeah,
That is what's right behind the rink here,
he's
folks.
definitely going to throw it hard. I don't think he's going to throw everything he's got here, but probably enough to at least put out a few of the candles on the way by.
Close.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Yes.
Intern
Hard.
from
Hard.
Casper.
Hard.
It does hit hard,
Okay.
smashes in, and only gets 1.
Yeah, Schuster's
That's
going to
fine.
come right around again, I think, and get to
Right.
the top of the
I mean,
4s.
I hate leaving a chance at him having the pocket here, but like, just wonder if like
Little
moving,
tap and
just so like one.
Is
of them,
there a
so two of
danger
them
for
don't go. Like, right
Schuster
now
to
he
put
just-
it in the
he
pocket?
just fires the outside of that.
He'd
Right.
rather
I
have
love
it than Casper,
Actually,
but he
I mean,
doesn't want to
he
give
does-
Danny a
probably doesn't
freeze
jam.
by
I
bumping
just
in the wrong
I have
spot.
to get it here, otherwise he's
We'll
got
listen
distracted
in.
the button, which is kind of. But That's going right in there pretty easy. So it waits a long time.
Okay. Are you throwing back 4 then?
I'm trying to throw natural tee out of hand.
Okay.
Trying to cross the face of it and tap it 8 inches so you can't just smash the outside of this one. Yeah. I'm trying to throw you like natural tee out of hand. I'm going to throw you like a 400, I think. I was throwing 4 10s in there in pregame, so. Okay. I know it's not as fast, but I'm saying I think 400 is still. Okay. All right. Let's get to the inside of this bad boy.
First stone of the second from Shuster. Trying to protect the
Stop, though.
chance.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't think you can hurt
Where?
At least 2, if not 3.
Mine's good, though.
Got to curl a bit. Got to
Curl.
curl.
Curl. Curl.
Yeah, this
Gotta
one
move
really
the mile.
hanging straight.
Got to curl a ton.
Mine's no good.
Need to at least get across
Hard.
the face of
Big
that other
bounce.
stone.
Okay.
That's not a good spot there. I think all 3 could go if they play the triple, or they could hit and roll in front of it.
I was thinking you just do that.
And I think he misjudged it, because when he went back up ice, he said it'll hang for a while. I guess he thought it was going to break and finally get in there.
The other option is trying the triple. I'm pretty sure that just jams back behind you, and this one.
It's not going.
I think it's pretty hard back.
Yeah.
That's my
I
thought too.
took the intern though. Yeah. Okay. There.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
yeah.
playing the
I think that's good.
freeze looks like for Casper. I
Kinda
think
wait and see, and still-
even if they make this, it has to be right in the pocket, because I think Shuster can come off his own for 3 anyways. Maybe even jam the side one into the red as a catcher. Pretty surprised at this call, just because of where that yellow stone is. It's a little tight to the guard to come off of it, but I think it'll be there. So this needs to be extremely precise from Casper.
Intern
Where
draw.
is it? Straight.
The line's definitely a little tight
Hard,
out of
yep.
hands.
Hard.
Has
Keep
to
it
be
there.
by.
Keep going. Easy. Yes.
And now it looks like
Off
it's
the
by.
yellow. Yep. Hard.
Trying to chip off
Hard.
the yellow.
Whoa. Good sweep.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nothing I can do with that. Jesus,
Oh, that was well thought out. We couldn't tell from where they put the broom, but they were playing to tick off that
It's
yellow
just a
the
steal.
entire time. That's a fantastic shot by Danny Casper. Apologies here in the booth.
don't think I can hurt us here
Did
by
not
just
even
throwing
see
a
they were
rifle
playing off
spinner.
the tick. And that takes away
Right.
the in-off that we were talking about.
Yeah.
There's no way to get it out of there. No.
What a great call there by
Sorry about
Casper.
that. It's way too much ice.
Well, Shuster just said something about throwing a rifle spinner.
Yeah, he's going to try to get this to kick sideways
Chris, I'm going to throw out turn.
off of that
that
yellow
out turn?
stone.
I think we got to hit like.
So this is going to be a
thick
trick
half.
shot. We haven't
Yeah.
seen this
No
all
less.
week.
I don't think I can hurt us here.
There's going to be a million rotations on this. He's going to try to get this rock to spin off of his own.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, not as many rotations as we thought, but still
Forget
spinning.
It, forget it. It's fine.
So it's a steal for Casper. Dodges a bullet with a wonderful shot. Momentum shifter.
So a blank in the first and a steal in the second. Danny Casper leads 1-0. Shuster still with the hammer. Steve's Curling Supplies, America's #1 curling equipment supplier for over 50 years, is proud to support USA Curling. No matter your skill level or budget, Steve's Curling Supplies has all of the top products from the most popular brands in the sport. And right now, you can save $10 on any purchase of $100 or more when you use the code USA Curling 10 at checkout. Visit stevescurling.com for all your curling needs. Back at the Rink, an American Dream in East Rutherford, New Jersey, as we move into the third end of this national semifinal between Danny Casper and reigning national champion. In fact, he's an 8-time national champion, John Shuster. And Casper with a steal in the second.
Line's okay.
And we start the third.
Line's good.
As Chase Sennett puts out a
Line's
guard
good.
over on sheet
Hair
D.
tight.
Delaney Strauss matched the 2 from Sarah
Line's good.
Anderson in the first.
Go
In the
straight, go.
second, they're level 2-2.
Line's good for a 3.
Can't say
Curling
enough
quite a
about that shot by Danny Casper. The wherewithal to,
Good start,
to
Chase.
chip that stone so Schuster didn't have the in off and roll to a pocket, and there was nothing Schuster could do with that.
I got a bad time.
Now
bit of
Matt
room.
Hamilton.
Should be okay though.
4-5. 3-4.
Go ahead then, line's good. Probably curl now. Keep pushing, Colin. Yep, straight. Go ahead. Bar's gonna go get in the house again. Get pace.
This is going to end up short of the rings, too.
All right, Maddie.
And staggered off, so advantage for Casper.
Top four.
It is 1-0. You see a 2 on the screen there. We assure you that
Okay.
Casper did only steal a single point.
Not much.
Line's good. Stay close.
Felt light.
Yep.
Sennett second.
Yep. Yep.
Got a couple of guards
Hard
up
line.
there. Now can
Hold
we get
it,
a draw
yep.
into the
Hard
house?
line.
Hard.
Hard, you got it. Clean. Line's good. Still keep
Still
going
straight.
Line's really good.
It's over curling.
Easy.
This will be a really good one here
Good
from
chase.
Sinnott.
Nice
Right
sweep,
to the
boys.
top of the 4s. Well played.
Good. Well, that's mainly for Chase.
Now the second for Matt Hamilton.
Through.
Close. Yep.
Close calling it.
Hard.
Hard calling.
Hard.
Gotta go calling.
This is getting tight to the
Hard!
red
Gotta go
guard,
see.
too. Needs to get by. Can't
Gotta go
move
see.
that off the center line. And that does, so that's going to go back to where it was.
Yeah.
Was
It was Pretty a touch close. this way.
more of this.
Does
Just
look
like a
pretty
tiny
close to
bit.
where it was before.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite that much.
I think that was pretty close.
Top 8.
Danny doesn't really seem to mind wherever you want it. Just put it somewhere. Let's play. You have to admire
Yeah.
the kid's nature. Again, kid, hard to say. Sorry, young man, Danny. He's just so unaffected by the situation. It's just like a league game out
Let's
there with
go.
the attitude that he takes.
Top 12.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
Curl.
Top 12. Wait's close.
Curl. Just here. Just carve.
Top 8.
15-1. Keep carving. Keep carving. It's getting better. Hard.
So trying to
Hard.
pull that into the top of the 8. Will they get close to their stone?
Good.
It just maybe didn't curl as much as he wanted, but it's right there. But Schuster has a stone out because of the no-tick
Right,
rule.
thin half.
Girl just up shy of the center line should make this. Feel.
And now Colin Huffman.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, curl. Curl.
Trying to get this over the top and shoot it back in the pile, but misses the second guard. May see Casper replace this. I'd say at least that high, if not a little bit
Two.
higher, and
High
separate
two.
them a little more.
Yeah, like high 2. High 2 or high 2.
Heard him call down high 2. And Ben Richardson.
Line's good.
Benny with a solid
Two.
start, throwing the
Line's
out-turn
good.
guard.
Less.
Chase. Line's good. Line's good.
2. High 2.
Chase is rock. Line's good.
Who's rock?
Luke.
High 2.
Trying to guard the
Okay,
one,
curl if it's light.
the higher red rock, as if that one's open, then there is a double possibility.
Hard. It's fine.
It is high. So pretty
9.
easy decision just to play the red one. That needed to carry farther.
Clean.
Colin Huffman.
Hard. Whoa. I don't know.
They get by the first, play their own yellow back into that group and clear it out rather nicely.
Good.
And may have gotten shot with that last spin too, so Casper has to chase the outside yellow counter.
Yep.
Tear down.
Yep. Yep.
Control.
Hard.
Hard, Ben.
All the way.
To it. You got it.
All the way.
Never off.
Hard.
Hard, Ben. You got it still. Go. Hard. Hard to stick
Hard.
around. Hard to
Hard.
stick
Down
around.
this far
hard,
side,
hard,
they're
hard,
going to try
hard,
and
hard,
roll
hard.
off of this one at the edge of the
Good sleeping,
house.
And
And
this is all systems go for Shuster now.
yeah.
Two guards, tight one being their own. They'll come around this immediately. Good opportunity for John.
I think same as last time.
Chris Plies as Team Shuster goes on the attack here in the third end.
Line's good. Go ahead then. Go ahead with him, Colin.
Needed to start curling.
15-1, you can get it here. Gotta go though.
And they really
Come on,
like to
work it,
get
man.
this at least to the 8-foot.
Need full 12. Attaboy. Good.
Bites the 8s. I think Casper may end up,
Just high. Just a sliver high.
I was going to say draw, but they
Heel.
looking at slashing with how high that red guard is. If you make this double, there really isn't much opportunity for Shuster to get two.
Yeah, I mean,
You can make
I like
either
this
one.
more.
It's just
Yeah,
about how
okay,
you want
yeah.
to play the end.
top four.
The
You
draw.
like
Now they
this
are
way,
playing
yeah?
the draw.
Because if they run it,
This is a good
I mean, we
spot.
can overbury. That's all right.
I was just thinking,
It's my
Luke, you
first
make
thought.
this and like leave it here. And
I don't think you want to
he's
leave
drawn
it
again,
there.
but
What weight was it?
little more.
What weight are we throwing?
Yeah, you kind of have to slash it over the top if you're playing this. I don't think you want to leave it there because John will draw again.
Whoa, curl. Straight. Whoa, straight, straight, straight. Okay,
And ends
okay.
up staying on the paint.
Do that. Can freeze it. Could also go here.
It's not bad under.
I don't hate this.
Half a rock.
You guys okay with that? You like it? Or would you rather do something else? Okay.
It's kind of an odd setup now with the
Yeah.
high guard just a couple feet over the hog line. So
Is it really a factor, though?
well, it blocks off being able to play regular hit weight. And there's no run back possibility either, so they're just going to throw this to somewhere they don't think leaves a real easy double. But where it does come into play is, let's say Plies buries this rock underneath the guard.
Probably always straight.
If Casper decides that they want to play
Yep,
the double
yep,
at any
straight.
point and they don't make it, if you stack two rocks
Really gotta
underneath
go,
that
guys.
guard, then you can't play a double.
For weight two, it looks like.
Hard, guys.
They really
Hard,
want this to
try to
get
line up,
past
keep
the
going.
other one.
Oh. Just trying to line it up with that one, but it's good. It's fine. Goes over. Yeah, it goes over top of this, yeah.
So
Confirm.
pretty wide open double.
Yeah. We just going for the double or trying to stick
I
around?
think the
I mean,
double.
if we, yeah, double first.
They really didn't want to
outside
bury
nose.
that far in.
Yep.
So now the double is pretty thick.
Firm
You don't
weight
have
just
to worry about
outside nose.
slashing it, really.
Should miss the back one. We'll try, but the main thing I think is the double, because if he wraps, we can dig it. Firm weight.
Danny Casper attempted a double takeout here in the third end.
Clean.
Whoa.
Yep. Close. Whoa. Curl.
Like the track so far.
Yep.
Just need to
Hard,
be just
hard.
off nose high.
Hard.
Hard.
Whoa.
Will it stay on the paint? It does. Well done by Danny. Good call by Chase Sinnott. Well, the force back in play.
Like, why? Make a good roll here, but
Yeah.
I don't think we're ever getting out of this thing without either. Like,
I love these high guards in play when there's nothing else with them, because skips are constantly trying to figure out, is it worth it to go around it? Is there a spot where it at least makes the shot more difficult for them? They're just more a nuisance than they are a guard.
High. Higher the better. Make the dig a little tougher.
A little harder.
A little more, Chris. Almost middle. To go to top 12? Okay. Okay. All right.
Shuster off the hack. Trying to see what he can salvage out of this end,
Right off
because even though they're wide out,
Right off.
Danny
Right off.
Casper has
It's
two
really heavy.
counters in this one.
Okay.
Right off.
You don't need to be anywhere near the guard to be buried with how high it is.
Yeah.
Let's make sure it's
Probably will
buried.
be pretty close.
Yeah.
They want to leave it open on this side if
Easy.
either, so it plays into a jam on the back stone.
Okay.
Looks like it's coming out the other side, maybe a little. It's as buried as it can be. It's just so
Yeah.
high that
Yeah,
it's
okay.
barely in play.
All right,
I
what's
think you
that?
still throw the intern.
Kind of weight
Yeah, I like the intern.
11,
Stay away from the jam.
Like board, so like 11-5. Even 11's fine.
11, yeah.
See what they think down there though, but I
Here's
like
where it's a
11.
nuisance, Joe, because you can't quite play normal, can't play control. They're just
Oh,
playing
yeah, I can't
board.
see any of
The
it.
change is the weight they can play. That's about it.
11-5.
But on the intern, what does he try to do here? Does he need to freeze up against that stone? I mean, what
Oh,
does
he's
he?
just playing to hit. With how
Oh,
high
he's
the-
just going to hit.
With
Okay.
how high the guard is, it's not even in play for the shot. As long as you play a softer weight. So just playing to hit to sit 3.
This is one of those where people may think these biters way out on the edge don't matter, but it'll keep Shuster from blanking the end.
Yep.
Close, yep,
A little snug out of hand,
yes,
but
clean,
Sweeper's holding it
clean.
early.
Curl, curl. Do it to stick, do it to stick. You don't need to stick, but do it.
Yeah, a little conservative with the weight and the line call, just making sure the rock goes out. Didn't want to get near the guard. So the nuisance does come into play.
And enough to force Shuster to draw for one.
Yep. That was
That's
95,
mission
though.
accomplished for Casper.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Do get at least a force at the
Is the call
worst.
normal, Danny?
Ugh.
You don't get this anywhere else, folks, in any other sport.
Well, they're saying it in other sports. They just don't have mics on.
Exactly.
Right, careful then. Right
We'll
off,
explain that one to you after the break. What Chris
Can you
said and
clean?
how that started that exchange.
man. Really running.
Preference here.
Go clean it.
Everything looks
You're
fine
fine.
here for Shuster on the outturn draw. The Plies Casper variety show wrapping up the third end.
So a steal in the second for Casper. They force Shuster in the third. We'll take the hammer into the fourth. We're level at 1. And Warm Room Hero is the intuitive curling club software that takes the stress out of schedules, registrations, and more. All the things that make managing curling clubs a pain in the you-know-what. Warm Room Hero, a platform built for curlers by curlers. Check out Warm Room Hero at curling.club today. That's Warm Room Hero at curling.club. Back at the rink at American Dream as we move into the fourth end. Not as the crow flies, Tyler George, but as you make it in the car, we're about 8 miles or so to 30 Rockefeller Plaza, and that's what they'll do Saturday Night Live.
Always Luke.
Yeah, that was the exchange of the week. For those that didn't quite catch it,
He carve it.
Danny might have been a little heavy on what he was throwing for
14-5.
weight for that shot, more
Let's
than
go.
board,
Go
and
ahead.
came to the other end, and Chris asked Danny if he was playing normal at that, which is a jab at
Good sweep.
overthrowing the rock. And Danny's response was, I was playing make the shot, so shut your mouth. Good-natured on both ends, laughing, so no worries about any real sniping, just a little chirping.
And in the end, Casper got what he wanted, a force out of Shuster in that third end, and it's 1-1.
Straight!
And now Matt Hamilton brings this in to hit out the stone from Casper. And
wide.
That's yet
I got
another
all of it.
missed roll, too, when it's been off, on, and then over curling.
Yeah, roll right side.
Schuster not able to dictate the action these last two ends from not getting that roll underneath.
Close.
Chase Sennett with his second here in the fourth
Yep.
end.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Whoa, curl. Whoa. Curl. Ah, sorry, I got stuck in the
It's
tree.
a piece underneath, doesn't quite bury the whole thing.
Board, 11.
Colin Huffman will see if they can roll behind the center guard.
Clean. Close. Yep. Whoa. Keep going, Matty.
Trying to get as close to nose as they can at least. It is on the beak.
No, 11-3.
No, 11-2. Good.
10-5. Oh. It's like edge on edge, roughly, right? You got it.
Whoa. Wait's good. Whoa.
Whoa.
Clean.
Clean.
Whoa. Wait's good. Curl.
Richardson playing the out turn.
Clean. Curl.
Hit
curl.
once again. Not a lot of
Curl.
rocks in play.
Curl.
Both
curl,
teams just
curl, curl,
kind of
curl.
waiting for their opportunities so far. Schuster respecting
10-4.
Casper's game.
9.
Not overextending too much, and now just trading on the outside. Casper waiting for their opportunity as well. And I like this game flow for Casper
Clean.
more than I do for Schuster. The longer they hang around in this game, the more they believe they can win it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like to see John get a little more aggressive. I know John's style is to be first in. That's why that steal is so big for Casper in the second end.
Same weight.
Is now Schuster in this tie game. Same thing. They're going underneath the center. Casper is beating John in, and John hasn't really been willing to overextend
Same weight.
without
Yep.
hammer.
10-5.
They will attack when they get it,
Yep.
but if Casper
10-5.
keeps things
Yep.
open here, blanks out a
All
few
the way.
ends, drags this game
Hard.
out into the
Hard.
second
Hard.
half,
Do it.
Hard.
now your margin for error gets
Okay.
smaller as
Good
the
sweep.
team that believes they're the
Okay.
better team.
10-9.
9.
10.
Casper shortening this game definitely gives him a better chance of winning.
So now to the back end, Chris
Clean.
Plies.
Whoa. Curl.
Whoa, whoa, curl.
And again, trying to see if they can get this to tuck behind the guard.
Hard.
Just like we go
There's
too
the
early,
roll,
that's fine.
and it comes out.
That's about the fifth time I think that Schuster's had that exact same result.
10-5.
10-5.
Sweeping and either getting off of it or trying to carve it and then over-rolling. Just can't get that rock underneath.
Clean. Down. Clean. 10-8. Yep.
Now Luke Violette in turn the other way.
Clean. Yep. 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 Wait's All the good. way. All the way.
To it,
Just
to the roll.
nosing. Clean.
Just trying to roll away maybe
Okay.
a little bit if they can.
Good throw, Luke.
Casper is content to play this end straight through for a
Still
blank
10.
if they can get it. And we're down to third, second stone.
Yeah.
They may take a run at the roll under on Danny's first if they still have the opportunity. All depends on where this rock ends up from plies.
Whoa, whoa. Close though.
And can they get the roll they want?
Whoa. Yep. Hard.
Wow, when they break, they just go absolute bonkers.
That's looking awfully familiar. That one does tuck a little piece, but those
Control
late
still.
jumps, I mean, at a certain point, it really shouldn't
10-3.
surprise you anymore.
You got it.
Hit and roll is the toughest of the regular shots in curling.
Clean. Well done.
10.
Curl.
10.
Gotta go.
To it. To it, stick. It's close.
Richardson
got it.
trying to get this one to turn now.
Hard.
To it. Go, go.
Contact's not a problem.
Hard.
See if it sticks around,
Good. Look.
and it will, so that's just fine.
That's 9. Edge is good.
Trying
And
to
now
roll
with
nose.
it being
No, nose is good.
behind the tee line that far, really not much of a roll opportunity for Schuster. That's a really
You could
good roll
into some
for
8s,
Casper.
I guess, but
John would like to at least get a crack at rolling under it on their last, which is why he said if we could roll to
Right,
the
that's
8s,
what I was thinking.
at least maybe we get a chance on my last one.
make sure we stay. 9. Sending you through here. Yep.
Clean.
Danny wants to get,
Clean.
I hear him kind of talking
Clean.
about it right now.
Curl.
If he wants to get a
Curl
little
bit.
aggressive, he can draw
Good,
under the
good.
center on his first here and go for a skips deuce. I think he probably hits. I think they're happy
pretty
taking
nice
the blank. And I think I agree with this call too. If this is the 6th end, I think you go underneath that center. But the 4th, shortening the game, it's a tight yellow
Normal
guard.
weight. Normal now.
So it'd be a short run if it's anything but 4s.
And shortening the game favors Casper.
Yes, with the you have to assume that Schuster's the favorite team, obviously. But if Danny can get this into a tie game at the break somewhere in there, the more ends they blank out, the shorter the game is. You just don't get that many mistakes then if you're either team late in the game.
This is the 9th head-to-head meeting between these two teams. Schuster with a
Close.
6-2 advantage.
Yep.
Gotta
This
go.
is the 5th
All the way.
that has occurred in the
Yes.
last 2 years in this competition.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Really need to
hard.
stay
hard.
in the house.
hard.
And Schuster gets a free look at going underneath.
Okay.
Goes all the way out. So now Schuster
like
can
this
play that
for
draw
a-
around. So
Plus,
mistake there from Casper.
just outside of.
Each of those previous 4 meetings
I know.
earlier this year, an 8-5, or this week, I should say, an 8-5 win by Schuster. Last year,
Yep.
Casper
Might need a
won
little help
10-3 in the
late.
round robin, but then Schuster won the page and the final.
To curl in there maybe. So, but I'd rather show him some on this side, obviously. But let's just make this thing.
And
fight
for
the top
John
button.
Schuster, that was his 8th national championship. Trying to get number 9 here, but he needs to not only go through Danny Casper tonight, but again Corey Dropkin tomorrow. And now Schuster out-turn draw to put some pressure
Where we
on
at?
Danny Casper.
Easy.
Close.
Easy.
Line's good.
Easy.
Easy.
It's got to curl. A lot.
It's going.
Right around that 14 range that we've been seeing for
Make
dead
sure it's
weights.
buried. Make sure
Probably
it's
a little
buried.
behind the tee.
I don't care the
Easy,
depth.
easy, easy.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay.
So probably a force. That's dead buried behind that rock.
Edge.
Force at best for Casper if they're able to make this draw.
TMI.
Make the draw. Speed's
They're
nice
not
and
shy
slow.
on either one of these teams.
Okay.
The microphones aren't hindrances, they're opportunities for these guys.
And now Danny
Outside.
Casper
Okay.
being forced here in the 4th.
Get ready, Ben.
close, Ben.
Heard Plies say he had
Get ready,
13-9
Ben.
as well
Girl
on
now.
Schuster's.
Yep. To it. You got it.
Hard,
Right
Ben.
to it. You got it.
This one a little more weight.
Just for weight now. Weight now.
Turning over.
Good.
Should have backing.
13-7. One red.
And that's good.
There you go. So force to Casper. He leads 2-1, but Schuster with the hammer as we approach the 5th. Back at the rink at American Dream as we go into the 5th end. Danny Casper leading John Schuster 2-1. Over on sheet D, it is the women's semifinal. And Anderson and Strauss.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's
And
good.
it's Anderson up
Blue
3-2
truck
as they're
now,
in the
actually.
4th finishing up.
Okay, it's got to move. It's close. Got to move
Line's
a little
okay.
bit. Go ahead, yep, for distance.
Trying to get that over to the center
Let's
line.
Jason start.
And they just do.
Casper not letting up, throwing that rock to a 3 on the center line, and Schuster again going around the center. He really doesn't
Line's
want to
good.
let Danny be in first. If I'm
5,
John, I'm
6.
starting to think about going to
4,
the
5.
corners and stretching
Probably
this game
curl
out a
if
little
anything.
bit.
Get ready, boys. The curl. Somebody got to curl it. 15. Go ahead.
And this one stops in the top 12s for Hamilton, too.
Normal.
You see Casper. I'd like this call from Danny, honestly.
Pretty much what they gave you
As
last
long
time.
as it's that short a run,
That hit.
you're shortening the game again with the lead. As long as they're going to throw it in the top 12s and it's a 3, this is the Brad Gushu shot that we've seen many times on
Whoa.
tour.
Oh, curl.
Whoa. Close.
Close.
Yep.
Whoa.
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 Curl. Gotta go.
Curl.
Curl. Good shot.
Good shot. And this end already looking similar to the last,
Oh, sorry.
and that favors Danny Casper. And Schuster again electing to hit here. Awfully conservative play from John right now.
Matt Hamilton.
If I'm Danny Casper, I'm really happy to see Schuster playing this shot.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa.
And trying to get
I
a
just throw
decent
Matty.
roll and still don't get it.
Yeah, another missed roll. That one's a little
Get
longer.
inside with like surf.
All right. 11.
When you say conservative, what are you looking for Schuster to do?
Throw
away
a
from what
corner,
he's done?
stretch the game out a little bit. Try to get the game to the
Roll
edges,
Yep.
away from the center.
11-8.
Oh, right now you're not showing an ability
Yep.
to get underneath and set
Yep,
up a
yep.
Hard. Keep
a
it there.
multiple
Hard.
point end or pile rocks in.
Never off.
Hard, you got
And
it.
Casper, every chance they
Girl.
get, even with throwing the center guard,
That's good.
if Schuster gives them an opportunity to get out of the end and shorten this game, they're going to do it. And
Try to get
I
there. That's
absolutely
fine,
think
too.
they should.
11.
You know, outside of scoring a million points and being up a bunch, I mean, you're not expecting something like that. But if you could draw up how this game would
It's
start
good.
outside of Danny having to make that great chip and freeze early,
Girl.
the
Girl.
second through the
Got a girl, Chris.
or the first
Gotta keep
third
pushing.
and fourth ends, really. This is what you want to see if you're
That's gotta go
Casper.
get that out, Matt. Go ahead.
Now
Go,
he'd
Maggie.
pull it to the outside, and
Okay.
they both go out.
Fight the
And now
four.
Casper can take that top four's position.
I was thinking 90.
Ben Richardson. His second here in the
Close
fifth.
Line. Line's good.
They like
Line's
the line.
good. Yep. Yes, line. Hard.
Guard!
Hard line.
Delaney
Hard line.
Strauss with an absolute
Hard
candy
line.
on her last. Looks like that's
Hard.
for 3 for Strauss.
Hard. You got it. Hard, 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 hard.
Just papers the guard
Good.
here to put it top 12. Did she squeak it
go
through
around and
the little
repeal.
hole there?
Delaney got by the
What's
guard.
that?
About back eight's
What
weight,
do you guys
chipped
feel?
off
I'm
a,
fine with either.
a red counter, and spun into the forefoot for a third point. I think they were only sitting 1 when she threw it.
Yeah.
So big 3-point score for Delaney. Now leads 5-3 after 4.
I don't know.
On our sheet here, an interesting choice for Schuster. Could draw around
Take
both
this,
of those
Colin.
with that being in the top 12s, but
Make this.
Yeah.
Out turn.
they don't like the scoring space they're drawing to, so having Huffman play the run and John now playing for the blank.
Whoa. Curl. Curl. Whoa.
Pretty good shot from Huffman, clearing both. Casper probably just going right back in.
Top four.
Going to top 4s again. Joe, I think I'm really disappointed right now. I'm wearing some Captain America socks. I do like having a strong sock game, but I've had these socks since the 2018
Line's
games,
good.
and I can feel
Line's
a
good.
hole now in the right
Oh.
sock.
Little
This is a
room.
sad day. I mean, these
Chase,
Warriors have been with me
Chase,
for a long
Chase.
time.
Really
Might
gotta
have to
curl.
put them up for auction or something. I
Marvin
did actually
Chase.
wear these during the games.
14-7.
Did
So-
you wear them
Gotta cross
in the
center.
gold
During a
medal
game?
Keep going, keep going.
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Keep going.
I'm just trying to market
Good,
it
good.
for
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'll have to look it up because I think I tweeted about it at the time.
Think like
Things
back
you do to
8.
stay loose, you
Unless
know.
you want to
but
just try to stick
I'll have to
that.
check on that. So top lid for Team Casper again. Good shot from
What
Violet.
is it?
It is top button.
That's dead buried too.
What do you guys like? I think I like the run.
9.
Let's try and run it back.
And only playing it with 9. They want to keep the shooter around. Makes it a little more precise shot.
9.
Clean. Close.
Whoa.
Chris Plies
Whoa.
with his first here in the fifth.
Yep. Whoa, whoa,
They're going to try and run their guard back.
Whoa, easy. Straight.
And pretty good from Plies. Pokes out just a little bit, but that's really good.
Serve.
It's really one of the first times so far tonight we've seen them execute what they
11 or
really wanted
11-5?
to do.
And it's been a lot of
11-5.
hit and roll type shots.
And they're hard.
Yeah, it's a hard game. It's a 150-foot sheet with 42-pound stones, right? But
Clean.
yeah, that's a really good shot from Chris. Still pokes out though, so
Roll
Casper
down,
can
girl.
play hit. This is fading a little bit. Got to be
keep it, get it
careful.
moving.
Hard to it.
Needs the
You got
curl
it.
to
Hard
clear
to
that
get it out.
yellow.
Hard.
Hard to it, Ben.
Roll it too. Roll it
Now
too.
Richardson getting that to dance.
All the way out, Danny.
That's the weapon
Good.
of having a sweeper like Ben Richardson, getting that to turn over.
10.
Nice weight control from Violet.
Second from Chris Plies.
This will be yet another hit and roll attempt.
Yep. Whoa. Close. Yep. Whoa. Close. Yep. Yep. Yep.
I think they might have this one.
Whoa. Attaboy, Chris.
Pokes out just a
There you go.
little. Still accessible for Casper, but
There.
Yeah, I like that.
higher degree of difficulty. So this will be
God, you're good.
solid hack. the back and
11-5.
forth between Plies and
So my
Casper
other 11-5 was
continues.
like 10-5.
Oh, is there a little, you going to throw normal again or something?
Well, he better not this time. So this will be probably around a 12. 11-5, 12. Intern side for Casper.
Clean. Clean. Close. Yep.
Curling
Clean.
pretty hard now, but good path. They like it. That's really good from Danny. Great weight control. Great execution.
Still rolling in front of the button with a 10.
He's unfazed right now, having fun with the moment. Just a good energy about that team right
10's in
now.
front of the button, right?
Yeah.
And the longer this
I don't
game
have to go
goes,
9-5.
Joe, the more confident you can see Team Casper getting.
10 still rolls above.
I mean, we're not quite there, and the result isn't what it is. But to me, this is almost the curling equivalent of 10 cup. He's going to hit and roll again. It's almost like I'm going to hit and roll until I get it.
Yeah, it's just you can kind of feel a little bit of frustration from Shuster. I think they're a little flat right now. And Casper's team is getting more and more confident. Those scales are evening up right now. You can just sense it about this game.
Yep. Whoa.
Said he needs a 10 to roll it to the button.
Curl! 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 Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Ah,
And again, pokes out.
man. Oh.
Same weight.
Yep.
Flop under.
There.
That one will be wide open.
Good touch
Can
straight
hear the
Now
up.
frustration
Casper.
from John
There,
Shuster.
but with
Yeah,
this weight,
Casper
I
will
think
have a
it's fine.
go at it now, maybe to get a force
Same
or
weight.
make John
Trying to
play a
make the
tough
flop.
shot. Good opportunity for Danny. This side playing a little straighter than the other so far. Same type of weight from Danny, I'd assume.
Close. Yep. Yep. Clean.
See if they can
Clean.
get this roll and force Shuster into a difficult
Girl.
shot or a force.
Whoa. Curl. Clean.
Really close.
Curl. 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 Curl.
Good. That's fine. 11-2.
That's pretty good. Little teaser now.
Hitting that, I guess, but
That's really good.
how much you got?
Can you just play
Half?
this into blanket?
He can, but he only has
We got
half a
straight
rock.
under, Probably. We probably got to get the shooter under here, right?
And the shooter,
This is
you
how
see
much I
that
can see. It's tough to
there's a
move
yellow
out.
stone
Oh,
off the
that's why I
house
think
in the
I'm
back
probably
left
thinking
that
about
the
throwing,
shooter
like,
may go into.
9.
Okay.
Casper
I
was
think 9
playing to
maybe
leave
good
a
on
little
top.
on that
Ugh.
side, so they
I
might
don't know if it
jam
goes,
there.
but-
Just like up and over.
I mean, if it happens to stick, it sticks. Yeah, we can
We
maybe
see
do that
John
too.
Landsteiner
Reality
watching.
here.
It's a little more. Yeah.
So helpless feeling back there. Pulling
9.
for your team.
Pretty tight.
Hopefully John's feeling better. It's been a rough couple nights
But if
for
I
him.
hit like 2 inches of it, we go under it. So I
Well,
don't
the new
have-
WCF rankings.
Ugh.
World rankings, John Schuster's 24, Danny Casper's 25.
Yeah, it's great.
We got a pretty good even match here to reflect that.
Close.
Close.
Little bit of flare there,
Clean.
out of hand. I think it should be all right.
Girl.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
See if it gets by this rock on the side. Underneath it, really well played to miss that back stone. So it is a blank for John Shuster.
Well, a blank, some frustration, but trailing 2-1, but we'll have the hammer in the 6th as we continue with the national semifinals. And it brings us to our mid-game break, brought to you by Broom Fitters, where you'll find a full selection of curling, brooms, shoes, and equipment, along with unique curling apparel, gifts, and more. And for a limited time, 10% off your first order with the code USA. Visit broomfitters.com for good curling gear. Back at the rink at American Dream in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Mid-end break. And a little bit of frustration here for John Shuster through the first half of this game. Danny Casper stole for one in the second, forced Shuster in the third. Shuster returned the favor in the fourth, and now a blank end here in the fifth. Shuster holds on to the hammer. But it's Danny Casper up 2-1 with 5 ends to play. Over on rink D, Delaney Strauss is up 5-3 as they're finishing up the fifth end, and we're down to the last rock of that fifth end to come from Sarah Anderson. And Chase Sennett over this stone, the lead for Danny Casper. But Sennett is skipping his junior career.
Good.
How big of an advantage is that for these guys here? I know a lot of guys bounce around as juniors, but
I think just about everybody
Line's good.
in this game skipped at some
Really
point
running.
in their
Can you go
junior
top
career.
four?
So obviously Chase at a pretty high level, a national
Throw if you
finalist.
can.
But they all know
Only
each
if
other
you
really
can.
well
If
too.
you can. If you can.
The familiarity helps as
Good.
much as the
Nice.
knowledge does. And that nestles up right tight to the house, touching the center line from Chase. Again, setting it up where if you go underneath, it's a short run. And Hamilton, finally Shuster going to the corner.
Line's good.
and as this comes, Sarah Anderson put her final rock past
Perfect.
Delaney Strauss is
good.
at the button, so a steal in the fifth for
It made it
Strauss to
curl
go
a
up
little, but I think it'll
6-3.
get there. It's going.
And here John Shuster.
Yeah, a couple strokes. That way, Maddie gets started.
There is that corner guard we've been
Yep.
waiting
Good judge,
for
boys.
from Schuster. Casper will
Not
take
much
that
more weight,
4-foot
though, right?
position, but that's what John needs to do at this point. He needs to press the action a little more.
And for people new, you keep talking about spreading the game. Where for somebody new, you may think, well, why don't you just want to put everything into the button?
Small.
Close for line.
Well, you
Line's
without or with the
Line's
hammer,
good.
you want the
Stay
game
close.
to go away
Yep.
from the middle, so at
Line's good.
worst you
Line's
still
good.
have the
Yep.
center for your
Line's
last,
good.
and it's a lot easier to score multiple
Line's
points
good.
Oh, if you
when
need
you're
to,
spreading the
whoa,
house
full
out.
track
When you're
now.
going to the corners or the
14-5.
sides, because if everything's in the middle,
Let it
then
sit. Line will be
obviously
fine.
it's easier to move stones when they're closer together.
Let it sit. Let it sit. Good chase.
Nice pair from Sinnott.
14-6.
Buries it right behind that
Yep.
guard at the top of the house.
Chase has had a very good game. I like the way Chase has handled the line calling this game too. He's been sharp with the rolls and calls on sweeps on Danny Stones.
5-6.
He's really
Line's
been an
good,
asset
it's room,
tonight for
though.
his squad.
7. Can't go. Little
Okay.
tap.
It's got to curl a mile, but just let it go, Chris. I think we just let it puke. Yep, straight.
They're
straight.
hoping that this
Straight.
goes by
Hard.
now as it's heavy from Hamilton.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's okay, Matt. Good call away, guys.
John Landsteiner, it's always faster after the mop. I know Steiner can't hear me tonight officially because I can see him where we're at.
I don't see that he has some earbuds in watching on his phone.
No, he doesn't want to listen to me right now.
Now Ben Richardson.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Luke.
Intern freeze
Hard,
attempt
Dad.
from Richardson. At the
Hard.
very least,
Hard,
they
it's
want
really
this to
good.
get by the
Curl,
guard
Straight.
into
Straight.
maybe top
straight,
8.
Straight. Curl now. Go, go, go.
Oh, really good sweep to
Okay.
get it to where they did.
Good, Ben.
Schuster can play the out-turn freeze maybe now unless they decide to run.
16 now.
They're going to open it up. I thought maybe they'd play the out-turn
8-5.
right down to that red, but
You prefer that over this?
probably. And if Colin makes the double and rolls to the corner, it's not a bad setup. And they're sitting second with 2 corners. Just has to stick around.
Whoa. Curl. Curl. Curl.
Really don't want this to roll off.
Fine. Okay.
And does. Yeah, that's, again, a little on the wrong side of
Line
it.
2.
Casper still maintains control.
more positive.
Line's
25.
good.
High 2.
Line's good. Little
Here, high
straight.
2.
Straight.
That was the call
good.
before the shot, just looking for
Line's good.
Coming down.
1.
Hard
mid
deck.
guard, now just a 1.
Curl if it's that high.
Yeah, they need this to curl if it's not going to carry that
Curl,
far,
keep
so
going.
need to
Keep
finish
going,
it. Looks
keep
like they're going to
going.
get it to 2, though. Leaves a
Come on,
little
Ben.
piece of that red stone, but plays into a jam.
You ever get there?
Yeah.
Think 11-5. It might not go out, but that's okay.
Wait's
Colin
close.
Huffman now.
Close.
Colin playing hack, trying to hit this red rock in the top of the 12s and roll wide.
Keep going.
Open up that counter.
Keep going. Whoa. Whoa. Roll it. Maddie, roll it. Far as it goes.
Go, Johnny.
It's good. That away,
Pistol,
Colin.
Colin.
That's a good shot by Colin.
Pistol.
Normal.
9-5.
Colin's still staying loose. I learned that from Danny. The respect they have for Casper with this back and forth, usually that's something
down.
you reserve for your
10.
peers, the ones that you respect
Whoa.
the most. So for
10.
this,
Whoa.
I believe 22-year-old now, Casper, somewhere in there,
Hard. Hard.
to have that
Hard.
type of respect from
Hard.
the grizzled
Okay.
veterans is impressive.
Good call there on the weight.
Just hits this out, but leaves it at the top of the 12. Interesting conversation, too, the last stone of Chase
Same way,
Senate
Colin, just through.
with Ben Richardson
like
about being
Max.
soft on the release.
What's that?
Seems like max.
Yeah, 11-5. 12. Oh, you just want to tap it?
I mean, it's buried.
12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Playing on the out-turn side, thought maybe they'd come around on the in-turn and play away from the jam. They think they can get to nose, though, with how high that guard is and miss the backing. Just a 12, so right around hack.
So Chris Plies here, and if he can
Clean.
have this come to design, they'll sit 2.
Close.
Taking a little bit of a turn here.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa, whoa. Watch this one.
Yeah, saw that at center ice. If that can get in the rings, that changes the end a little bit.
Yeah.
Only 4th. With the guard covering up that red stone, it probably won't come into play. But Joe, you could see that rock taking
You like
a little
that?
bit of a turn. Schuster just a little late on the call. I mean, if we're
They're
calling
on,
it up
but we're
here
That's on. We're third though.
from the screen, I think you got to assume he's seeing the same thing. Just hasn't had the same
Gotta think
feel
it's
for
in.
Good here.
the ice that we saw throughout
They're
the round
just
robin.
fighting. We're full 12.
Okay. Let's hit.
Control.
Okay.
You say control. Hey. Wait's
Clean.
good.
Luke Violette.
Clean. Yep.
Hitting to sit
Wait's
3.
good.
Whoa. Clean.
Probably
Yep.
want to
Whoa.
roll maybe 6 inches left.
Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, 3 or 4 is good too.
Kind of thinking just this.
Nice touch by Violette. He's been solid today too.
Thinking just tap a little, Chris. I mean, you could roll in front too, I guess, but.
And Joe, Schuster hasn't made them
You
make
could also go all the
anything
way here and be
extraordinary in
okay.
this game either. These have been simple
Yeah,
shots
probably
that
this or
Casper
this.
has managed better than Team Schuster
here.
has. Good weight control,
10.
getting forces, not getting in trouble. You don't have to do anything crazy when this is how the game plays out.
And you talk about the youth of this team and Danny Casper. They're not showing nerves.
No, they look loose. They look comfortable. They
Clean.
really do.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Curl.
So for Chris Plies,
Hard, Matty.
Trying
Whoa.
to get this to stick around under the corners. And doesn't quite roll it far enough to get underneath. So another hit and roll that doesn't get
Sorry,
there.
big rolling it?
Yeah. Big roll. Surf.
Yeah, you have it.
and there's some irony here because the other hit and rolls were going too far. And this one doesn't go far enough.
And Schuster saying
Like
it too. The hit and rolls are killing us right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
I don't know, I'm almost thinking less.
We can do a little less.
Yeah.
I think it'll move nice.
Trying a big roll.
Yeah, it's it's
Sir.
as frustrating as it is.
Like
It's
that
good
ice?
on Schuster's end talking that out. The accountability. You know, not saying, well, the ice is this or that. He's saying, yeah, I just got to be better. You know, and,
Right.
and sometimes it just happens that way. It starts to snowball on you when a couple of them go the wrong way. Then it starts to get in your head a little bit. You need to make one before you're confident you can do it again.
Danny Casper here for a little hit, and you can't really get too much input
Close.
from your
Yep.
other teammates,
Yep.
right? You almost get to a case of second guessing.
Clean.
You can
Close.
get input from the
Yep.
shooter. That's about it.
Hard.
But a lot of
Yes.
times from their angle, they can't see it well
Hard.
enough to call.
Hard. Roll
They
it.
want to roll
Yep,
this
yep,
away
yep,
now.
yep,
Don't
roll.
want to pocket.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
10-9.
I mean,
I think
gotta be
John's
shot,
going
but,
to use
like,
those
we're gonna
pockets,
allow
and
him to go nose on
it's
us.
not a hit and roll, so they're probably happy about that too.
Yeah, I mean, like the only other thing we can try to do is go like this.
Yeah. It's never gonna get anything with that.
No.
So I mean,
Yeah, let's just freeze. I think that gets us there at least.
Yep.
Maybe just a little bit more.
Okay.
I think if we cross this one by like 3 inches and
Okay.
tap it 6 or 2.
Just trying to tap this rock up.
I think
Half a
if we
foot,
get all
sit
the way
right
to the pocket of
between
the other
them.
one, we don't need to tap it at all, but then they're going to be shot. So. Yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be good. We're going to leave him the nose on us, but it is
Probably
what
right in that 13-8, 13-7
I was thinking
range
90,
to
95,
move this
yeah,
rock a hair. Ice has run really nice tonight. Consistent.
And Schuster for a little tap here to try and get shot.
Line's good.
okay. Close. Close. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Should be all
Oh,
there.
yep.
13-5.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa.
Nice shot from Schuster. Not a lot of space for
Yeah.
Casper to clear that.
Yeah, I mean, we're giving him 2. I don't,
Schuster said he
Yeah.
wanted to leave nose.
I mean, the only other option is like
I was saying you could play a tap.
tapping it, which I don't mind. I
Even
think then that's 2 max, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
we wanna
hard to
tap
be.
it a little bit this way.
It's hard to be shot in a spot that he can't like. Well, I guess he has to pick it.
It's probably for 1 though, right?
Yeah. I don't think we're necessarily thinking about stealing though, or it's more about the force. I think.
I'm kind of seeing this.
You could play it like a
think we
heavy
wanna
version
tap
of
it
what
a
Schuster
little
just
this way?
did
A little inside, but barely any.
Yeah.
and move both those reds
Back
and sit
4?
on top of it.
Back 8.
I think you need more than back 8. I think
Well,
you
do
need
we?
at least back 12 to move those,
don't think it- I
unless
don't
you're
think it
only
matters.
moving 1 stone.
I mean, it's
Can he
gonna go
move
this
it
way,
enough
it's
that he
pushing
has
here.
shot?
You should be able to. There's some space
That's why I think we're doing
between
it slightly this way, pushing
the 2
here.
red
Are we gonna be-
stones
Shot.
and the yellow
It's
rock.
close. I think so though.
Yeah.
They
But
want to
if
be
we
a
hit
little
it
on the
just
center
inside,
line
really.
side.
Yeah.
What are we
Yeah,
gonna
but just-
leave him?
I'd play a little more weight
Might
just to
leave him a
try to
double for
unlock
2.
it so John
Using the
can't
yellow, yeah.
Make him make
just
it.
hammer whatever Danny throws here and
I
have
like
the
it,
yellow
like back
jam
low,
and stay.
Just to free this one up so we can't just jam it.
Yeah. That,
Right,
that
and
12.
Chase
Yeah.
is saying we
Right
need to free
there.
that up a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's close. Should be a good path.
Really good shot by Schuster, though, well managed.
I think back 12.
Back 12. That's the weight we're looking
So,
for. I like this for
Let's
Danny.
see.
Last rock of the 6th for Danny Casper, trying to see if he can
Pretty much knows.
maybe force
Little on
John
the side.
Schuster again. And then we'd be 2-2 at the end of 6.
Looks like Max Broom.
Yeah.
He does want to stay high
yeah.
side, center line side.
Jesus. Schuster's planting hairs.
Out turn from
good.
Casper.
Go ahead, yep.
Yep.
It's a little inside the
Hard
track.
line.
They have
Yes.
the broom
All the
down
way.
on. So need to go for line.
Hard.
Hard, you got it.
Really need to go to hold it on the center line side for
Hard.
shot.
Hard. Hard.
Crossing now.
Oh, is this going to hit hard enough?
Well, it's not going to get shot because it's already over curled. It just didn't look like enough broom right from the start.
Right to the face of ours. So.
Yep.
It's now
just
same broom.
pretty straightforward
Max
shot
probably.
for Schuster for two.
Draw for two.
A million rocks for backing. So after all that, one good miss, and that was the leave from Casper's first, rolling to set up that pocket.
I think so.
If that rolls away or out, they don't have this shot.
Okay. Yeah. Nice positive one too, because I'm telling Chris that rock's kind of grabbing my hand a tiny bit every time, but it's making me kind of like focus on getting through it. So. Yep,
Out
I
turn
know,
draw
Tiger.
for
Go
John
ahead.
Schuster
Standard at Colin.
to
Just
move
throw
into
it
the
away.
lead here
Straight.
after 6
Go then.
ends.
Sweep.
Okay, clean.
Hard.
Shouldn't
Yep.
be any problem on line.
Yep.
Okay, clean. Yep.
13-7,
Yep.
shouldn't be any problem on weight.
Yep.
Well done for Schuster. Finds a way with a skip's deuce.
2 for Schuster. 3-2 advantage. And the 7th end is coming up.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
Back at American Dream. Finishing up the 6th end in the women's semifinal between Sarah Anderson and Delaney Strauss. Delaney Strauss up 6-3, and we're starting the 7th end here. Hammer back to Danny Casper as he trails 3-2.
Go ahead, get that line.
Good start there from Hamilton.
Yeah.
Right on the center line. Schuster looking to get
Yep.
a force or a steal. Casper playing 0 or 2.
In turn from
Little room.
Chase Sennett.
Blue truck right now.
Just pull it around this guard,
Blue
put it at
truck.
the top of the 8.
Blue truck. Line will be close. Really got to
Just
curl.
top
Really got to
8.
curl. Okay, we're way out there.
Whoa.
Just go back. Go back. Go ahead.
Going to the back 8s. It's not a bad spot with a
Okay.
tight center guard
Chase.
starting out.
14-4.
Schuster, I don't think is happy with that rock being back there. We played that strategy many times with lobbing that rock
Yeah,
on
do it.
purpose back to the back 8s to start and end around a center. It's just kind of a tricky setup.
Back 12.
Okay, right off then.
Weight's close.
Line's good, close.
Weight's good. Still back to it.
Little bit, yep.
Gotta go a little
Yep,
bit.
line. Line's good now. Close. Yep.
Right to him.
Yes. Gotta stay on nose hard. Whoa.
It's mine.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Locked
That
right
one,
on
Matty,
for
good.
Hamilton. It's a really good shot for the force, too.
Back 8.
Matt exulting in his 2 in a row. And that's perfect ham bone.
with more kick.
Line's good. Little room. Close. Line's good.
Line's
Stay close.
In turn,
Clean.
draw now
Stay
for
close.
Whoa,
Chase
whoa.
Sinnott.
Gotta curl. Curl, Luke. Hard.
Girl to it.
Hard.
trying
hard,
to get
close.
all the way back,
Careful.
same as
Hard.
Hamilton, following that path.
Hard. Hard.
That's right on it, too.
There you go.
Good.
Nice shot from Sinnott.
Just stack them up in the back of the house as we move to Colin Huffman.
I think,
Schuster's not bothered by this at all. This is probably taking the blank out of the picture already. So Casper will have to play hard at their 2.
Line's good. Hard line. Line only. Whoa, whoa. Curl, if anything. Close. Close both of
Line's
you.
coming up, right to nose again.
Yep. Whoa, I'm just trying to stay on the nose, that's all. How do I call?
check on.
Four stacked up in a line. Only it'll take another 7 or 8 of them to get to the top of the house now.
Playing Caterpillar.
Who will blink first? Playing Connect 4.
It's Ben Richardson's turn now.
Problem for Casper is I think it's the next rock that will have the pin covered. But this needs to finish first. That's a little bounce off.
Stick still right on the nose.
You need a little bit less.
Right on the nose, Colin.
Hold on, hold on.
So now Huffman can tap this and sit 2 for Schuster.
And again, the intern. Why not come around the other side and kind of tuck it in the pocket there?
Well, they want to move the red on
Okay.
this shot,
Line's
so they're
good.
just trying to tap that back a little bit
Got to curl
or
a little.
freeze on the inside of it, either way.
Easy.
We're there. We're there.
Yep.
And now just playing it to the freeze.
Hard. Whoa. Attaboy, Colin, beauty. Pistol.
So just sitting 1, but really good position. So you're going to see a few of these moving around. 6 stones will be affected by this, most likely.
Ben Richardson, his second. The previous 7 are all in the house. And now some are not.
So Schuster sitting 1 with the center guard and throwing, so the send is played out very well for them.
Full 4.
Trying to get to
Get
top
that
4.
14-6 in there.
Yellow guard, yellow back 4.
Yeah, I think so.
Really good situation for Schuster to try to get a force.
And it's the same shot everybody's been playing in this end.
Line's good. Stay close.
This intern.
Yep, yep, yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Line looks pretty good for Plies, too. They don't want to be
Not all
behind the
way to
tee
it, man.
line.
You might need to stay on the nose of it. Might need to stay on nose, though.
Looks like it is going to
Yep.
be a little bit
Whoa.
deep.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Into the one off the side.
Go this way.
I'm just worried about going into the red right away. That jamming.
Well, what do you think? This way?
I think it's easier. Do you like that, Roy? Or you
Why
like
not
it
just
towards the
freeze
red?
here and take shot?
Hard to score
a
more than
sliver
1, I think
high.
Danny thinks.
Okay.
If Plies makes the freeze back on it, if they freeze, your scoring space is really small. It is an option. You'd have to unlock that back yellow if you're going to play it.
Clean. Whoa, whoa, curl.
Violet with a bomb, trying to get this to make contact with the yellows in the back 8s, but
That's okay.
the back 4 just
That's
peels
okay.
it off.
Not horrible, but not ideal.
I like 3.
Yeah, it'll be
Right back where it came.
chasing now. Pretty difficult to blank with 3 of those yellow stones still in. Shuster replacing the guard.
Line's good.
Applies throwing the
Always straight.
Little bit, Colin.
probably mid-tight guard.
Go ahead then.
This one's going to be maybe a little higher
Probably
than they
curl a
like.
little
Need to
now.
carry it.
Easy, straight. Straight if you're anything. Good, 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 good. That way, Chris. Good.
Feels as though Schuster's team has their feet under them more than they had at any point in the game right now. Looking at running again, I'm not sure if they can. It's really hard to make contact. Remove 2 of the yellow with this long run.
Now Luke Violet over on sheet D after a steal in the 5th
Whoa, curl.
by Delaney Strauss. Sarah Anderson gets 2 in the 6th,
Hard,
trails by 1.
hard,
Strauss with
hard,
the hammer.
hard.
And this,
Roll it, yeah.
just another peel.
That takes the out-turn draw path away from Danny, too.
I think it's just tight.
Yeah, I think it's tight
He
too.
gets one crack at it.
Yeah, and maybe leave him that side. So
Yeah.
maybe take just an inch more ice.
Okay.
Just like here. Right here, I think just. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, I
So
know.
another
I
guard.
don't know that in is like I think we can err on in. I'm just nervous that throw it in, make some sort of triple, and all of a sudden I have to make a hit and stay and avoid a double, and not give up 2. I think half in would be great because they can't make contact and roll in. Like, so that'd be really good. Yeah. So. Okay.
So they're fine with Casper having a go at the run again.
Well, I think you
Line's
got to
good.
go though. To be honest.
Makes
Where?
it soft.
Line's gonna get there. It's curl though. Definitely curl. Curl, Colin, if you're anything. Okay.
I want this
Stay
to be a
close.
really tight guard, even
Easy
top
then.
ring, but it's
Whoa.
already all the way full in.
Just fine.
I gave you guys. I thought.
You still have it if you want it. You also do
Kind of
the.
thinking this now.
Sure.
Try to get rid of 3 and sit this one and that one roll a little bit.
Yeah, if you make it this way, you get everything but the 1. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Danny
turn
thinks
it
that
out,
maybe they can get 3 of these yellow out now. If they can do that and keep the shooter in, then all of a sudden, maybe a possibility for
I'll turn peel just
Casper to bring
high.
2 into the picture.
Try to
Rock
move
just
bunch
went a
of
little
stuff and
deeper than
hopefully
Schuster
stick this
liked.
around under the corner.
See how many they can get to go. They need to move at least 2. Love to kill 3.
First stone of the end for Danny Casper.
Whoa. Yep.
Trying to see if he
Whoa.
can shake
Yes.
things up.
Yep. Hard.
Really
Hard!
close.
Hard. Shoot the 6.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, so close to being really good.
Yeah. Just,
Now instead,
Yeah.
could be a steal for Schuster
Probably, yeah.
with this setup.
We just have to cross it. Even if I get here, is like
Yeah.
that might be better to be honest.
Yeah.
I think just here is the best spot. No. No, I'm good with this, but that's pro side. Okay. So, I think I might need that much to get by him.
Okay.
Is that the same I just had or more?
It's the same, but I think that's okay with.
We pretty much cooked it in there. So.
Yeah.
So this gets to dead above
I got to let you guys sweep this
the
one.
rock on the center line, sitting next to the one, the higher yellow of the ones in the 4
That was
foot.
10, right?
It's a tough score for Casper. It will be regardless, but if it ends up a little short of it, then there might be a run triple for 1.
And last rock here for John Shuster.
Bigger bump, but I think you got to go, Colin. Yep, line 2. Yep.
Try and put himself in a position to steal here in the 7th end.
Hard. Line's pretty good still. Got to go. Okay, line's good.
15-1, really got to go for weight. We'll see what they have.
Come on, Colin. Keep pushing.
Oh, gets it all the way around. That's an incredible sweep there.
And a panting Colin Huffman walks away.
That rock had no business getting to where it did. May have lined up to get all 3 yellows, though.
Might be able to make it for 2.
Is it there for 2? If that 3rd yellow stone goes between the 2 in the back, this might be lined up for a 2 for Casper.
Yeah, like solid
Could
half.
be just the absolute worst spot if it's going to be around after that great sweep. It's close.
Let's see what Danny Casper can pull off here.
Yes. Whoa.
Really close.
Yes.
Oh, doesn't spill it. Oh, it's going to end up being at least 2.
That may be 3.
2 yellow? Yeah.
Looks like 2
Yep,
after
2 yellow.
all that.
Steal of 2 in the 7th for John Shuster. He goes up 5-2, but Danny Casper still with the hammer as we move to the 8th. And Steve's Curling Supplies, America's #1 curling equipment supplier for over 50 years, is proud to support USA Curling. No matter your skill level or budget, Steve's Curling Supplies has all the top products from the most popular brands in the sport. And right now, you can save $10 on any purchase of $100 or more when you use the code USA Curling 10 at checkout. Visit stevescurling.com for all your curling needs. Back in East Rutherford, New Jersey, 2024 USA Curling Men's and Women's National Championships at the Rink and American Dream. Steal of 2 for John Shuster, although on the scoreboard right behind the sheet, they have the number in the wrong spot.
Got to push it,
They have the
Colin.
total correct at least, so we know that. But that end
Never
just
off.
kind of snuck up on
15-3.
Casper.
Good.
Never really
Close to
looked
paint
like
as
it
you
was a
can.
lot of danger until it got to
All the way in.
skip
All right,
stones.
Matt, that'll work. We can deal with that.
Sorry, I'm just trying to stay out of your way.
Over here.
So Casper's going to need to find at least a 2 to get back in this game. First end that they've really had to attack.
Line's good.
Almost in
Line's good.
desperation mode now. Down
Little
3
room.
with
Line's good. Line's
3
good.
to play.
Luke's rock.
You could just kind of feel
Luke's rock.
Schuster getting the energy back on their
Luke's rock.
side the last 2 ends, putting
Line's
together their 2
good,
best
man.
ends of the game.
Line's pretty good. Keep going. Keep going.
And the defending
Nice
champs,
shot, Chase.
there's a reason why
Good sweep.
they are the champs.
I'll switch. I'll switch, Colin.
Now Matt Hamilton
Line's good.
gets his second.
5-6.
Right where we need to be. Probably going to be curl.
In turn
That's a good
around
curl, and if you have to
Matt's
do
own
anything.
stone.
14-2.
Will it get
Easy,
there?
Easy. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And weight is all there.
All right, Matt.
Coasting
That way.
a little behind the
Alright.
tee line.
You be the same here? Yeah. Same weight I meant, sorry.
It's another corner now on the opposite side for Sinnott.
Line's good.
Got like similar release.
Is this
Line's
potentially
good.
where nerves come into play for Danny Casper playing against
Line's
the
good.
reigning national champion?
Ben's
think-
rock.
If the nerves come in, it's
Ben's
just
rock.
late game situation, maybe not score as much. When you need to get a couple points and you're behind, I think that almost makes you relax a
Nice.
little bit. When it's
Nice,
tied
nice,
up,
good
it
pair.
feels like it's that close. And
Three,
every
or you
little
wanna
bit
come in here
matters.
again? I think 3. Same.
He does still seem loose. I mean, the team doesn't look like they're tight. Just hadn't really executed like they did in the previous few ends.
Little bit.
Now looking to put another
Hold it
guard
out
up
there.
there,
Hold it out there.
courtesy of Colin
Out
Huffman.
straight. It's like a 2 to me, but. Want it just up to center line. Yep, curl now. A little bit.
Trying to guard the
Good, good, good.
rock in the top of the
Got it,
8
Colin.
foot straight on if they can, and does. Casper now, because that yellow stone is behind the tee line, they don't fear having to chase in the middle as much, so they're trying to get one under the corner first.
Oh, 2.
Line's good.
Ben Richardson
Close. Yep.
with the intern here to
Yep.
split it between the two
Hard line.
guards.
Hard line. Hard. 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 Hard.
They keep it off the guard. No.
Okay.
So another guard.
Delaney Strauss draws the 4 foot against 2 for her single in the 7th.
Been
Big
throwing here,
point
I guess,
there.
but-
Leads Sarah Anderson
top
now
of the button's real good.
7-5
What's
after
that?
7 ends of play.
You okay?
Sarah Anderson came in as the top seed after round robin, fell to Tabitha Peterson in the Page playoffs earlier today, and now trailing by 2 here in the semifinal.
Easy.
close.
Whoa.
Now Colin Huffman.
Real close.
I know we're on the corner right now. We're nosing the corner right now.
Has to get
Go
off
ahead,
the
Matt.
corner guard to get through,
Go
so
ahead, Matt.
Hamilton's trying to
Keep walking.
turn this
Keep walking
over.
it. Far as
Looks
it
like he's
rolls
got a
after
pretty
it
good
hits.
piece of that guard.
That's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Does
All right,
take away the draw path a little bit.
Make that double.
7/8.
Now, Casper can play peel because they have 3 guards as it is. They don't have to worry about the shooter sticking around.
Clean.
Clean.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
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 Hard.
Hard.
You
Hard.
got it, Luke. Hard.
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 There's the peel, takes out
That's all right.
2. Will they get 3? Well, no, they'll actually only get 1, and the older 2 hang at the edge of the house.
That's a pretty good result there from Ben. Not sure that's what they
You
were
get it
going
all the way in
for.
here, too.
Always an option. And that rock hanging out in the back of the 12 foot is not a bad thing for Casper. That's something else for a catcher.
You want more?
Yeah.
No danger stones now for Casper either. So important for Plies to try to get one in, be first in again. Keep Casper chasing their stones. Take the scoring position away.
Curl! Curl!
They want it to curl,
Got a curl!
so you can hear
Like
that.
that.
And
It's
Keep
very
pushing!
straight in the outside of the sheet.
it is.
Keep
It's-
pushing! Go, come on.
Oh, a little redirect.
yeah.
The dirty one.
Worked out. Sorry, Danny.
I heard worked out.
Yeah, and the little apology too. That's good job by Hamilton just to get it to turn over enough to get that tick.
It's really, really
Yeah, at first
hard
it
to
looked like
stick
it might just be full nose.
That's probably the hardest shot we can play. But you're thinking this. I'm kind of thinking this too.
Yeah, I like finding a way to be shot raw.
That's really hard to get shot.
You could also play the red
It's
tight
spin into
corner on
this
the
and
opposite
spin
side
here is
with Hack
bad
and try to
news.
move that yellow open that draw path
Like
up
this?
and get a counter. Yeah, the one that he's looking at
Firm.
now.
Sure.
I think I like playing it softer, but
Third.
he's just playing firm and trying to stick it in and making sure they clear it open. I think this is the right rock to play. At least you get a path open by playing it, and you can be buried if you stick it too, so you're accomplishing two purposes in one.
We'll see if Luke Violet can do just that.
Lead. Yep. Yep.
It's a little
Hard.
tight out of hand.
Hard. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, just wrong side. A little soft release there and ends up nose, so doesn't open it up either.
Basically leaves you with what you had, but one less stone.
You guys
That
like
way, if they run that, it just thunks, right?
You guys like that weight?
Ply's getting another go at this in-turn draw.
And John Shuster in position to set up maybe another steal. In-turn draw, and let's see if he can put it in between those two guards.
Once
Keep pushing.
again, trying to turn this over in the outside.
Keep pushing.
Just hanging out there.
Hard calling.
This
Keep
one's
pushing.
turning.
Gotta go. Whoa.
It's gonna
Straight.
get by, actually. Line's
easy,
perfect.
easy.
That'll work.
Look at that thing finish now. Huffman really got that one going. You can kind of credit Colin
If you
with
make the
making
same
it.
one, you make that double,
Well, and you
spin
talked
100
before
yards.
now the importance
Like
in the
playing
game
safe.
now of the sweepers.
You know?
Same shot. Firm.
Such a weapon to be able to turn that
Same
over.
angle.
Looked like a similar path, and all of a sudden was going
Same angle.
sideways. So same shot. Don't think it really changes anything for what Casper was playing. It's where it ended up. That same run also makes the run double. Violet gets another crack.
Clean. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Here they go.
Curl. Curl.
To it.
Curl. Curl.
Hard back. Yep.
Just a little tick.
Okay.
Now moves one of them, and that draw path is open now. So Schuster has to go in first.
I don't want to kill the golden boy.
I mean,
Going
that was where
first,
I
and
was
then does he
going to
try
go
and
just
guard with a
faster.
second?
Yep, just a little bit more.
It all depends on what Casper does
Okay.
after.
Is that where you like it?
He just
Yeah.
needs to take this
Frozen
position
corner on top of it,
first.
right?
Absolutely.
Can't guard both sides. If he guards this draw path here,
Go ahead.
Casper plays the in-turn draw, plays the in-turn, Casper plays the out-turn. So best guard is just to bring another one in.
That's on the other side, though. This is the side we played last, and I think I threw this 2 ends ago, too, on my 2 shots. So I think 400, 405. Okay. Right to a nice 6, boys.
First of the 8th end for John Schuster.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Struggles in the
Line's a little
first
bit
half
tighter.
of this game overall
Line's
for the
good.
team, but they
Hey,
have
line's good.
come out after the break
Line's good.
Go ahead,
and
then.
really trying to take control here.
Always straight. Always straight.
And needs to go for weight again.
Always
Push.
straight. Whoa. Okay.
Well, so that'll leave Casper the same out-turn draw as that stops short.
What do you think? Like here? Yeah. It's almost center line ice. We
Getting
gotta stay
2
by
is
that
still
guy
going to be pretty
close.
difficult
I like
for
that.
Danny.
Top button.
Yeah.
But at least now has an opportunity to get one in and try to find a way for a second point on his second
Okay,
shot.
top button. Top. You gotta be like into
And
the
no
button of the
surprise on
shot.
where it ended up. And when John's last 2 draws that he's thrown were right in that 15-0, 15-1 range and went top 8.
Yeah, top button.
Here for Danny Casper, trying to see if he can still salvage
Line's
2
good.
out of this end. A lot will depend
Yep.
on
Soft
this
button.
Soft
draw
guy.
right here.
Stay close.
Yep. Hard line.
Line looks pretty good as of now.
Hard line.
Hard.
Starting to turn.
Hard.
14-5.
Hard.
Speed should be good. Just needs to get by.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Spin it in. Spin
That's
it. Spin
going to tick off, but
14-2.
will it
Okay.
spin a little for Danny? Oh, it just ends up straight.
All right. 11?
I like 11.
Yeah. I think it'll go a little.
Okay.
I think we can kind of do what we want to it right there.
Okay.
Just a little
This-
tap here to force Casper.
This is a hit and roll, and
Okay.
can really put the clamps on it here. If Schuster even rolls an inch or two,
11.
even
Yeah.
nose really doesn't leave much of anything for Danny.
Yep.
He's got the intern
Really good roll.
slash on the corner guard
Oh,
against the
I do-
game pretty much.
I do too.
Yeah, just nose is really good here for Schuster.
His last rock of the 8th.
Where?
Clean.
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 Where he
Clean.
could take a
Whoa.
stranglehold, even finish things
Girl.
off.
Gotta go, Colin. Push. Hard. Hard. Stop.
And still
Wrong
leaves
side.
the draw for Danny, so
yeah.
little error there from John.
Same way. It's great.
Yeah, a little up for what they were looking to throw to. 10-5 you heard. Looking for 11, a little more, or a little less weight. So same look for Danny.
Danny Casper drawing against 6.
And 2 is good enough.
Last
good.
rock of the 8th.
Looked like a
Just
big
needs-
ad there from Danny
How
at
much?
the end.
Straight. Stay close.
Might need a piece of something.
Whoa.
This is coasting right
Girl.
now.
Girl. Girl.
13. Yeah, this is
Hard
all
curl.
there.
Hard curl. Hard. Roll it. Go, go, go.
And will that get in? Will that get in?
Yeah, looks like still one yellow.
So another steal for John Schuster to go up 6-2. Casper with the hammer heading to the 9th. He needs to get some points. And Warm Room Hero is the intuitive curling club software that takes the stress out of schedules, registrations, and more. Warm Room Hero, a platform built for curlers by curlers. Check out Warm Room Hero at at curling.club today. That's Warm Room Hero, curling.club. First stone of the 9th to the back of the 4 for John Schuster, leading 6-2. And plain and simple, Danny Casper needs a big end here in the 9th.
That's probably 3 at a minimum that Danny will need
Line's good.
to have a legitimate
Line's good.
chance
Line's
to
nice.
win this game still. So this would be all-out offense
Line's
for
really
Team
good.
Casper.
Just do his broom.
Line's nice.
Schuster's team really, second half of the game, imposed their will
Nice judge, boys.
after the
Good shot, Chase.
first 5 ends. Just didn't look comfortable, didn't look sharp, playing a little tight, and then really gathered themselves after the break. Found that 2 right away in the
Line's
6th,
good.
and that broke Broke the dam, in essence.
Stole 2 in the 7th, another in the 8th.
A burned stone. Haven't seen one of those
Kind
yet.
of like a dead 2.
This side.
Okay. Try to give you the same speed here.
Chase sent it his second.
Less add.
Heard Colin
Line's good.
say that was a clunker.
Line's
Left
good.
no doubt on that burn. Got their money's worth.
Line's good.
Burned stone, of course, one that's touched by one of the sweepers after thrown.
Line's good. I got you, Luke.
Line's good.
And 2 good ones from Sinnott on the corners.
Nice. Good sweeping.
Now Colin Huffman. 5th
Line's
stone
good.
of the end.
5-6. Go ahead then. Keep moving. Always straight, Chris.
Like it at least a 5. You don't want a 4 and essentially give them another guard.
That's good.
So a little higher than they would have liked. Not too bad.
Up 4.
Neither team with much concern with clock right now. 11:20 for Team Casper, 11:51 for Shuster.
We're in the 9th inning. Just thinking back to last night, they were both around 15 minutes in the 6th.
Drop 8. Line's good.
Drop 8.
Little room. Room.
T.
Okay,
Drop 4.
Chase, you're going to have to work it eventually. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chase. It's close. Keep going for line.
Trying to turn
Keep
this
going.
over to get some of it behind the corner guard. They'll go as deep as they can and still have paint.
It's fine, Ben.
We'll stick around back there.
Chase.
Peel a clock for Huffman. Getting late in the day, we're getting loopy and going to dad jokes now.
Hard! Chris, I think it's going easy, but
Nicely done by Huffman. Not fun catching those all the time when Colin throws that much weight. Schuster might have a bruise to show.
As my son would say, when does a joke become a dad joke?
Line's
When it's
good.
fully grown.
High 3.
Line's good.
That's fair. That's good. Dad
Line's
joke
good.
in itself.
Line's nice.
Where do you want it?
Line's good.
Good.
Line's good.
8's good. It's right there.
Just replacing the corner for now.
Good job, Ben.
Now Chris Plies.
On the outside.
Sarah Anderson may have a shot for 3 to take the lead over on sheet D. I think close to a nose hit maybe. Unless they think there's too much separation, we'll keep an eye on that.
Hard! Really got to go, Maddie.
Plies
this is
pinches
going.
this one a little bit. That's going to stay.
we'll find out.
Oh, a little accidental run back there. That one hurts for Casper. Plies through that one pretty poorly and ends up getting the back one.
This pass should be about the same as the one Ben was just on. Yeah, I like
Would
it.
have been maybe an opening there for Danny too, with able to stack a second one under that corner, but now going the opposite side, so they
Line's
go
good,
under
yep.
their own stone.
Line's good. Line's good.
Top 8.
Close.
T.
Line's good.
It's Luke Violet's
Top
Line's
4.
good.
T.
Yep.
first of this 9th
Goodbye,
inning, where
goodbye.
Danny
Top 4.
Casper really needs to get
14.
probably 3.
Line's fine on its own.
That's nicely done
shot,
by
Luke.
Violet.
Asking a lot to only get 2 here in trial. Let's try to steal 2 in the 10th.
Is it ever
So it's
freeze?
like that? What's that? Yeah.
think this is going to run or I think this is going to curl?
Well, just throw it really hard, Chris, and then it won't curl at all.
So Chris Ply's ready here as Sarah Anderson over on sheet D lets her last rock go in the 8th.
Whoa! Curl! 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 Good.
Anderson does indeed get 3.
And that's the cheers for Sarah Anderson. Colin Huffman jokingly accepting the cheers for the Chris Ply's peel. But 3 for Anderson, and she goes in front 8-7 as they move to the 9th.
A little less to add.
Line's good.
I got less.
Line's good. Sweep for top
Trying
4.
to get underneath.
Close. Yep. Line's good.
Probably
Line's
sitting
good.
second.
Top 4.
Okay, it's curl now if you go. Curl.
Who?
14-4.
Line's
You
really
gotta
good
curl.
to finish underneath.
Can you go a bit, Ben? Okay, you're good.
Nice pair from Violet. Can't do those any better.
I think I'd prefer this to roll all the way here as opposed to like I nose and he makes the double.
Yeah.
And then I make throwing some kind of run and I'll
No, I
give it 3.
agree. I mean, I think you can kick that one over.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
roll right next to it.
All right, so
Fine.
you got throwing like 8-5 with this?
That's fine.
Okay.
Important thing for Schuster is to stick, and they really want to be
8-5 when we're actually trying to roll all
second
the way
with this as
in there.
well.
So we knows
Looking
it.
to be a
Chance to,
maximum of
like,
2 that they give up for
Make
Casper.
a double the light. I mean, then I have to play the run or the tap or the split. So should run fairly straight here, I believe, with firm wings.
First stone of the 9th for John Schuster, leading by 4 and trying to prevent a big end from Danny Casper to get back into this before we go to the 10th.
Curl!
And
Keep
needs
pushing.
this to get the inside to
Never off! More hard!
count.
Never off! Hard roll!
Does. And he gets second.
And now I don't think you're freezing the pocket. I think if you can play a hit and roll to a freeze, maybe you can bring that other red into play.
I like that. Okay.
Tap and roll or hit
similar
and
to what you
roll.
threw on your last end.
Okay.
Maybe a touch faster than that.
Yeah, a little surprised they're not trying to move one of these rocks, the higher one of the yellows,
Talk to me.
out of count. It's really hard to score
Okay,
more
you're so
than
confused.
2. The only way if you make this freeze to score 3 is running the yellow back into the red to lose both
Just
yellows,
two
but
lines.
Schuster's going to
So
do
that
something
draw that
else
I
in
threw that
between
bounced ended up, that was probably
and
what,
probably take
bag
that
8 at
opportunity
12.
away.
So I'm going to throw a few less.
I'd like to see
Just
just a
do less
little
than
bump roll
Okay.
to a freeze and then make Schuster
can
either
be
have to
down
dig
2
out
lines,
that one
yeah.
out of the corner or refreeze himself. But this will just be a freeze for Casper.
The out turn from Danny Casper. Will this work
Close,
out
line's good.
to give him a chance at
Stay
3?
close.
Really needs it.
No, it's got to curl.
Close.
And now they need to bring
Girl.
this in.
It's got to curl.
Curl. Small bump's fine. Curl. Curl.
Has to get to the
13-9.
pocket. Now it's
Still
turning.
curl. Okay, line's good. Just make sure we're to it. Good.
Does get to the pocket.
I mean, my only nerves about throwing this one is if there's a place I can throw it where they. Although that has to stick probably, right?
Yeah. What about, I mean, what if you draw for 2, I guess?
Yeah, that's fine. I think we throw it. I really don't think there's much we can do here to make it. Because if I hear it and he has to slash,
Do you think
like
you
his
can get
shooter
to
never
them? I mean, that
stays.
thing was coming in sideways.
I could probably get to the nose, but I just think this way gives us some more room. I mean, because it was coming in sideways, I just think we know this one.
Sure.
So even if I were to go like this, Chris, is not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like, because that, he still can't get to that right now to get these out of here to get 3. So, all right, it's right here. Right.
Just for
We're seeing like 14.
the fun of it, if
You guys
Schuster
okay
did
with this? Like freezer?
throw
There
this
might be-
to
we might leave
frozen
him a shot
on
to
that
freeze,
red,
problem.
there could be a quadruple for 3, which would be
Yeah.
just about on
Yeah.
the nose.
Yeah. Right. Right.
I think you want this to be. I don't think you want it to be
if it's throwing
frozen.
in there, we can dead nose freeze him, and then he's still toast. So, yeah, I mean that's the broom is kind of for that. So. That's the mistake. 95, hey guys.
Frozen or
right.
or missing completely. If it freezes on the nose, he's safe. If it freezes on the corner, that's the one that might give Danny the shot for 3.
Felt good though.
Where are we at?
But if it's just short of it, I don't think they have that option.
Yep. Okay. Easy. Easy then.
Right off then.
Close.
They're going to
Turning
bring it
over.
in.
Close. Close. Whoa. Close.
They don't want to be on the corner of it. That's close. I don't know.
Right away, Danny Casper pointed at the nose hit on that stone at the top of the 8.
I think they all go. I think this could be for
It's
3.
pretty hard to get this moving enough, right?
Again,
Well,
I think he just needed to leave
you're
that
either gonna
shorter.
Catch it with this, or you're gonna catch it off the red. So I think
Yeah.
it's good. You only have to move it to here. I think if you just nose it with peel, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it might be there. It's the exact scenario that we were talking about in the previous shot.
In all fairness, what you were talking about.
I don't think you can make it for 3 this way.
I'm a little
I think you have
surprised
to
that they
play
didn't
for
look
3
at
on the
that a little
nose.
more. That's really the only spot coming around that
Because we're gonna need at least peel.
you could throw it to leave this shot.
You gotta throw it. You gotta throw it pretty hard.
Yeah. I mean, nose just a hair low is good. Yeah.
I'll throw
I
it
think
hard,
this one will
Chase.
catch that. Yeah.
Hey, even if that sits 6 inches higher, they don't have this shot.
I'll go back to this afternoon. Corey Dropkin
Yeah, I'm gonna throw gas.
had to throw an incredible shot in the 5th inning to get 3. Danny Casper, in a way, trying to repeat the feat here on the 9th end. Casper off the hack, looking for a big hit, a quadruple for 3. Can he pull it off?
Oh, and he makes
he
it.
does.
Look at that shot. 3 times for Casper. As if it was willed into existence. And we got a ball game again. What a shot by Danny.
3 for Danny Casper in the 9th. He trails by 1 as we head into the 10th inning. Don't go away. Back at the Rink and American Dream for the 2nd straight game, John Shuster has an opponent just complete an amazing shot for 3. Danny Casper does it in the 9th. Shuster has the hammer here in the 10th and up by a point to try to advance to the national final. In a rematch with Corey Dropkin, who beat him this afternoon and pulled off in another amazing shot for 3 in the Page playoff. And right after Danny Casper hit that, John Shuster said we should have called timeout.
I mean, if that's what's going to make you not throw that shot to there, sure. But I just am surprised that even with or without the timeout that they let that get to that point and played that shot.
Line's good. Get it tight. Get it tight.
Line's good.
Blue truck.
Careful.
Get it tight. Straight, straight, straight. If it's tight.
Whoa.
Keep going. Straight.
Whoa.
Ken, this is center guard. As Danny Casper needs to find a way to steal here in the 10th to force extra ends.
5, 6. Right where we're going. A lot of room. A lot of room. Height's more important than curl. I don't need to be buried. 14-5. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bite 4 foot. Half 4 foot straight. That way, Maddie. Beauty.
Good, Maddie.
Hamilton wraps right to the top of the button. Important position, starting this end.
Small. Same release.
Luke!
Luke's rock.
We're way out. Just, you gotta
let it
leave
grab
it
a
high
little.
though.
Starting to move back.
Go ahead, Luke.
I said it's
All right,
all
get the
Luke,
line.
and Ben Richardson just walks away.
Okay. No.
That one's
Not
off
on.
the center line,
You guys
so
like that?
the tick
Pretty makeable
possibility
double. We
is
can
there.
just go here too.
I kind of like that too. Yeah. Yeah.
I like this, Matt.
Yeah.
Make her good, buddy.
So they like the way that those guards are set up for a possible double peel later in the end. It's a really natural angle.
95.
So
Line's a
they're
little
going to like
tighter
to
in the first, but
not
it's
play
good.
the tick, leave those
Good.
as is,
Really good.
draw around.
Got some curling to do. Got to curl for sure.
Gotta go.
Oh, hard. 15. Go ahead, Colin. Yep. Yep.
Again, Colin Huffman
Well,
having a sweep
that way,
hard.
Maddie.
Man,
Beauty.
that spot's getting like faster.
Nice shot from
Try
Matt.
to move this a little.
Now they need to move both of those stones to
four.
have any opportunity to score or to steal.
Yeah. I think, yeah. If it ends up freezing, that's okay.
You got it.
First stone in this critical 10th end for Ben Richardson.
Close.
83.
Yep.
His team trying to
Yep.
steal here, stay in the game.
Hard.
A little tight out of hand. Need to get this by.
Hard. 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 Roll it. Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
just
Yep. Yep.
papers it.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Good sweeping.
I think
Ends
the
up
air is on air there.
Tight to the rings.
But
So big shot here now from Huffman. Trying to lose both these guards and open up the center.
close. Whoa, curl. Curl. That's fine. Throw, Colin.
Just gets the one.
Like same call. Give you a little more room.
They still do have a center guard, so they
Okay,
can
you like
tap,
the same or
try to stay on the nose of it, but
Okay.
move the second one to the back eights or somewhere in that area.
back 8?
I think the last. I think it was close, yeah. I have the same. Looks like
Lead.
more.
Whoa. Close.
Turn here from Richardson.
Yep.
And
Whoa.
can they get enough to nudge
Whoa.
that second yellow
Coming down.
stone
Curl.
towards the back of the house?
Back
Really
8.
gotta go.
Back 4. Hard.
Hard.
Not going to move them very
Hard.
much, so
hard.
they really need to get
hard,
to nose.
Hard, 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 hard.
Okay.
All right.
Not bad. At least moves the second behind the button.
You guys thinking? Just that one?
I think it's still just a peel.
I think so. They gotta put it back.
What's that?
Yeah.
It was just a straight peel. Don't need to overcomplicate it.
Yep.
And Colin Huffman does just that.
Good throw from Colin.
Same spot. 2.
Just another center guard for Casper. Both teams with a mountain of time.
You got it.
Over 7 minutes for both.
Even 10, yeah.
Luke Violet, his first of this 10th end.
Go.
First of
Line
4
cut.
remaining for
Yep,
Danny
cut.
Casper to try and get 1
Yep, straight.
on a steal
2.
and continue the
good.
game and a chance at a
2.
national
Curl.
championship.
Curl. Curl.
Like this to
curl,
finish to
curl,
try to get
curl.
to the center line.
Clean. Curl. Curl. Good.
Good.
Good spot there. Likely just a peel again for Plies.
Straight up.
Yes, sir.
For Casper, it's a matter of deciding when you want to go into the house and try to move things
They
around.
got the double.
They may call timeout after this shot
Yeah.
just to talk about it with Coach Moulton. It's likely one more guard at least, but I
Yep.
think they want to map out the rest of the end.
Hard!
And so here's the peel from Chris Plies.
Hard! Roll it, Matt. Is it though?
I'm not sure which team that
Man,
helps.
it's like not. It's coming out straight and not instead of back.
Definitely a little bit of an error there for Plies,
Yeah,
but
it's coming out
now it gives a corner they
You might
can
have to
use
throw
maybe
the out turn.
if they can hit,
I think you
get
have to
something
throw the out turn.
underneath and then
Just-
block off the center line with their
Yeah.
either last or second to last. It makes Schuster's path tougher.
Yeah.
There's
I
not a-
think you do this.
If you're trying to bury this, then yeah,
I was
you need to go.
I think we want to remove it. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking like normal.
I don't know if you stick both with normal.
Okay.
I think control is to stick both.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
we
'Cause
make
this is gonna roll far.
if we make the first if we make this roll, this is sticking around back here. I think control is good.
I think control is probably good.
Because we're dragging it a bit that way, so I think that'll stick
Luke,
around.
Luke, you like there?
Yeah, 10-5.
So big stone from here from Luke Violet.
So trying to cross this, maybe roll both reds underneath the corner.
Clean.
At least one of them they like to go that way and move that top yellow
Yep.
stone.
Whoa. Yep.
Real
Hard.
close.
Whoa.
That's pretty good. And the back one goes a little too far. Not bad.
Yeah, but-
Opens up the #1 counter. And they
No, I
can
mean,
make
we can do
Schuster look at the
I mean, I got
loss
my
now.
draw
That's the
open,
big
is what
thing.
Yeah, like it's 11-5.
What's that?
11-5.
That's fine. Go do that.
These other red stones
Is
in the
that too much?
house
Oh,
cut
11-5
Schuster's
makes it
margin
good.
for error down on
Try to
his
stick over here
last.
somewhere.
They'd really like this shooter to stay in so that they have second.
Skinny
If
half.
Casper were to play something like a freeze on their last, then John wouldn't have to stick around if they have another corner.
Yeah.
Plies with the outturn hit, really wants this shooter to stick.
Easy. Close.
A year ago, John Schuster
Curl.
over Danny
No,
Casper in the final to win the national championship.
Curl,
This one is
curl.
to get to that final
Hard.
game.
Hard, Colin, hard.
And will this shot go a long way to getting him there?
Really important for this rock to stop for Shuster.
Beauty. All right,
Jesus.
Oh, it spins back.
Ooh, did it spin enough? I don't think so. I think red is still second, which is very important here.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably.
But
I like either
at
thing.
least out counting the other two.
Yeah.
It's either that or roll over here.
Freeze and then he blasts and then we
Yeah,
can
and
draw,
we draw.
here. Thinking like freeze and then he blasts and then
Yes.
you can draw here. Yeah, I was just gonna call it.
And the timeout for Danny Casper.
I think if we do that, they
Might freeze
freeze.
us out.
We freeze again. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking of making him throw against the loss instead of the tie.
Yeah,
We're
we're
second.
second. We were thinking like freeze, he blasts, and then we draw here and he's
Make him
drawing
throw
against the loss. You like that?
The only other option I'm seeing is rolling over to here, but it's not great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the call.
I think.
All right. What do you think? Like
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, I think that's good.
So Casper
we
playing the
had for your
freeze.
draw the other end,
The
and it was
advantage
pretty
with
much
the
right dead
freeze over the hit and roll is that if you ever do get a half miss out of Shuster, maybe it
All right.
squirts that rock under the corner.
Word.
Then you can throw a draw to the top 8 and cut John's draw space off. What they're expecting is Shuster makes this peel out. Danny draws under the corner guard, and then Schuster's
Sounds good.
he's drawing, but he's drawing against 2 and not 1. So well thought out by Casper. Good conversation there.
So off the hack, first stone of the 10th.
Line's good.
Yeah, that's
Out turn for a
Always
freeze.
Luke.
Now this line looks a little tight
Okay,
out of
far as you
hand.
can go. Okay,
That doesn't
curl.
look like it's anywhere near right now.
Curl.
So
curl.
now just playing it to a guard instead. Not
Okay,
sure
well,
what happened
well.
there.
Okay.
Oof.
Sarah Anderson with a steal of 2. As Delaney Strauss was drawing against a
You can
pile.
nose freeze it.
I think
on
nose
her
freeze,
last.
Colin.
Ends up now down 10-7 playing the 10th
What's
end.
that?
Sarah
That's perfect,
Anderson
yeah, no
zeroing in on
Well, I guess he can maybe then make
a
the
national
triple.
championship game berth.
Maybe just a shade high a nose. A little more. Yeah, if I sit shade high a nose, though, there's no smash. Okay?
Schuster
Shade on the
beating
high
Casper
side
to
of
the
nose.
punch,
That's perfect.
Yeah.
drawing
all right.
in,
95, guys? 90 even?
just trying to get to top 4 likely, somewhere in there. Just don't want to over curl and leave Casper the freeze.
Felt good.
So really
from
like to be
Schuster.
high side.
Got
Said
room
it
right
felt
now.
good.
A lot of room.
Easy.
Where does he finish? That's
Line's
the
getting
question.
better. Still has to curl.
Weight should be all
Still
there.
has
Ryan.
to curl.
Stay high side.
Easy.
Trying to
high.
freeze on his
Straight.
own.
Straight.
That's not high side.
That's going to make it tough for Casper. Trying to figure out how we can get shot rock.
Yeah.
It's either that or. How much of that red can you see?
I don't like a sliver. A sliver.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
Really good from Schuster there. There's really not much for Casper.
okay.
Don't know if he can even throw this hard enough to clear all 3 because it stayed a hair high. Had it crossed a little bit, he'd be able to get both of these moving, but
Pretty thin. Yep. Gonna throw it hard.
this has to be a heater and catch it really thin.
Let's make it.
Get them both moving. Last gasp for Danny Casper.
Without a doubt. So Casper off the hack.
Whoa. Curl.
Just trying to save a little
it,
hope
girl.
here and force
Girl,
Schuster to throw
girl.
his last.
Will the rock go far enough? Not quite. Great try by Casper, though.
And that's it.
And that'll do it. Schuster will get his return trip to the national championship game. A valiant effort by this young Casper squad. Really in control for 5 ends. Schuster turned on the Jets in the second half. You see the respect between these teams. Danny Casper, long road ahead for him, bright future. But John Shuster, once again, title hopes, defending that title again, alive.
John Shuster going for a 9th national championship and a 3rd match in as many days against Corey Dropkin. And Corey Dropkin trying to see if he can kind of slay the boogeyman for him. He did win a national championship in 2021, but that was when John Shuster was not in the tournament. Now he gets a chance head-to-head to see if he can knock the title holder from his throne. Over on sheet D, it is Delaney Strauss needing to put up 3 in the 10th, and that's just to get to an extra end.
That's going to make things tough on Delaney now. That pocket double by Taylor Anderson. Delaney has 4 stones left, needs to get 3. Trying to put something in a place where it's difficult for Anderson to get it out and just give themselves a chance going to the last few shots.
Anna O'Hara with her first of this end.
So Anna looking to play a little tap. Center stone, maybe get this to turn over enough for a freeze. Oh, it taps and leaves a port between the two. So right in between the 2 possible shots, and that's the worst spot, is now open hit for Taylor Anderson. This one a little on the wide side. Oh, and that yellow sticks around. Little mistake there. Could possibly bring 3 back in. Also moved that other red behind the corner guards. So a better setup than it was. Little flare on that throw from Taylor.
So the second from Anna O'Hara. And just what do they do here to try and get the 3 they need?
Just trying to freeze on this back red, and that got chipped over by Anderson into a better position for the freeze.
Left-hander. And Anna O'Hara, so this is an out-turn draw for the freeze.
Trying to get it to turn. Weight looks close.
Good sweeping here from
a nice shot
Rebecca
by Anna.
Rogers.
Really well done. Good position. So Anderson immediately hitting the back stone.
Does she need to keep the shooter around?
No, shooter means
Okay.
nothing here, but it's leaving the same freeze for Delaney Strauss, seeing if they can double freeze on that line. It's going to be really tough to get either one out. I think that Strauss is already sitting 1. So 3 has come back into the picture. This one's a little on the wide side from Sarah Anderson now. Does end up hitting, but this will be another freeze for Delaney. And I don't think that either one of those yellows is going out if they make this good. Could also be above the tee line as long as it's buried. They just can't leave anything to dig out. But Anderson may end up having to make a freeze of her own to avoid 3.
And again, Delaney Strauss needs 3. John Shuster has defeated Danny Casper. And we'll play Corey Dropkin at 4 Eastern, 3 Central tomorrow afternoon. The winner of this one to face Tabitha Peterson at noon Eastern, 11 in the morning in the Central Time Zone.
A little wide line here for Delaney. Looks like plenty of weight, too. Really needs to start turning.
They got to get it over there.
Well, it can't bounce. The weight is the key. It looks like it may go by that stone. And then it does end up going by, so it's 3rd count.
Let's just tick that back yellow away. And
the
game's
problem
over.
for Anderson is that rock's not completely open now. So, and if they play the freeze, then Strauss may have the double off that rock in the top of the 8s to make both count. So Sarah has to stay high on the freeze if she's playing it.
Can they just hit the back yellow out?
They could, but they can only see a piece of it. She doesn't apparently feel comfortable playing it, so
Not
they're
a
just
great
playing the
angle
freeze
on our
back.
shot. So
So playing the freeze and needs to stay on the high side. Can't cross and leave the double back for Strauss.
last rock for Sarah Anderson. Try to keep Delaney Strauss from getting 3 and forcing extra end.
This looks like a lot of weight now, too. But if it goes to the back yellow, it's still good enough for Sarah. Don't want to bounce off the higher one. That pushes it far enough that I think a little lucky there from Sarah. Both teams a little fortunate on their last. That was just supposed to play or supposed to be a freeze and ends up tapping the back. Now they're going to call timeout and see if there's any way of getting 3. I think there might be a redirect off of that rock in the top of the 8-foot into the pocket of the red and the yellow in the back, which would be for 3, would be the shot of the tournament and the shot of the year. But might be possible.
But there's a chance.
I think
there's
there
hope.
is. I think there is a shot. Hopefully Coach Courtney can help figure out the angle to make that shot. There's a little separation between the yellow and the red in the back. That's a problem. But it really is all you have, just ticking off that red, figuring out exactly where can we get this to go, and maybe even squirt between those two and hit the red. But I think it might be there.
A glimmer of hope for Delaney Strauss to try to get back to a rematch of last year's national final with Tabitha Peterson.
And this
and maybe
is
get
just
a little revenge.
An 1/8 of a rock, maybe. As thin as you can hit it to redirect back into that pocket.
Are we in for something incredible right here? Last rock of this 10th end from Delaney Strauss. Can she force extras? Nope.
Just skates by.
And so Sarah Anderson holds on for the win. And we open this tournament with Sarah Anderson posting a 10-5 win over Tabitha Peterson. And Peterson will get a shot at a rematch in the national final. And maybe some revenge for Sarah Anderson after losing this afternoon in the 1-2 game. So Peterson and Anderson have been top of the round robin throughout the tournament, and now they will face in the national final. So the women's final tomorrow at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Tabitha Peterson against Sarah Anderson, and then at 4 Eastern, 3 Central, Corey Dropkin. Trying to see if he can finally get past John Shuster in the national championships and win his second title, or does Shuster defend and get his 9th? That is what is on offer tomorrow afternoon. Again, noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central for the women's title game, and 4 Eastern, 3 Central for Dropkin and Shuster for a third straight day to decide the USA Curling men's and women's national championships. For our entire crew and Tyler George, I'm Joe Tollison. Hope you enjoyed it. See you tomorrow at noon. Have a good night. All the best.